right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name's St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Mr. Captain America down there, and Brian the Grizzly. What is up, guys?
What's going on, guys?
Monday is over.
Yes.
This was this was a long Monday. This is like an inhumanly long Monday.
I can't disagree.
But we got through it.
I cannot disagree because this whole day I was like, all right, come on, it's dragging.
Yeah, and it got colder as the day went on, which sucked. And it's like,
tomorrow,
it's nice and sunny, and then you're freezing.
Tomorrow's gonna be the coldest day of the year so far. Yay, Chicago!
Thank goodness I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. I can just work from home.
Just rub it in.
Nice.
Rub it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna rub this one in. Looking at the temperature for tomorrow. Absolutely.
What's up, Andy?
Andy.
Derpy. I know Derpy. He was live earlier today. I caught the very very end of it. But yeah, so he said, our free review said The Last of Us. This episode is about James Gunn. I don't think he has. I'm looking if he said anything. I think tomorrow.
I still haven't heard about James
allegations Gunn. Allegations there's going to be some official updates tomorrow.
Yeah, that's all I've seen.
Well,
is that
he said January.
We're going to possibly hear tomorrow. Which, if he has to say tomorrow, because that's the last day. Like I don't know what else we're going to do.
Has to be tomorrow. I forgot who was it. Was it Den and Nerds or something? It was like this is legit. Like turning in your homework the last second. It was like like he's when the teacher says, okay, homework is due at the end of class, you're like, cool, I'm gonna fucking do my homework. That's doing all January.
He's like, no, it's a class before. Like they have the press conference outside, and he's like finishing up. What?
House of Nerd Show. What's up,
Sergio?
Yo?
What's up?
What's up? But if he does say something tomorrow, which maybe he does, I know, like literally, Gunn, Batman and Robin, Green Lantern, hashtag DC Studios, those are all trending like right now on Twitter.
What do you
and I just saw your Sergio. I think nothing crazy. But real quick, Sergio, I saw your message. I'll contact you in a little bit about it. This is my first time on Twitter all day today, right now. I don't think he's gonna say anything. I don't think he's gonna say anything that's gonna surprise us.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if anything is said tomorrow.
Yeah,
this is still pretty. He didn't get brought on too long ago. I don't really see, and even if there is, I don't really see it being like a whole lot of news.
I hope he doesn't give us any news. That's what he should be doing. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he's gonna give us the basic. All right, I'll be back, guys. Give me a second.
All right, I got you. I hear Lucas out there crying. This gives me a time for me to talk about what I wanted to say when I saw Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
This Dune comic book, I love it. I'm a Dune person already.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the first movie my parents, my dad really shared with me, and like he liked the 1980s one. So I'm enjoying that. I also went and got this. See, it's called. It's hard to see, but it says it's Old Dog. I haven't picked this one up yet, but I am definitely. This is what I'm reading tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. I have the first two of these ones, so those are the ones.
Very nice.
And the last 2 days, I've been reading Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles because I'm just that guy.
I like that. Nice.
I couldn't help
Darkwing Duck. You can't go wrong with either of those. Darkwing Duck or Gargoyles. So actually makes me want to revisit those on Disney Plus.
That's why I saw it. I was like, I gotta get this. But Sergio said the Old Dog first issue was dope, cool twist. That's what I grabbed. I'm reading it tonight. As soon as I get off the show, lay down, have my light on, just kind of just enjoy. Kind of just pick up a couple good ones. Thank you. Nice pickup, sir. I appreciate it. So as soon as I saw them in there, I was like, yeah, I got these are pretty good ones. I've enjoyed the last couple ones I've been grabbing. Of course, I got Lovesick and all that stuff too. So, but it's that's becoming one of those things I'm always gonna grab.
Yeah.
But now that Tank is going, we also could talk about this other thing I was talking about, the Fantastic Four. I was telling you guys, I was listening to a couple things, reading on Twitter a little, and
so this is all news to me. I haven't. So what? Start from the top.
All right, so I just want to hear your opinions of this stuff. So they talked about Galactus. They said the front runners right now are Dennis Quaid and Keanu Reeves. I understand why Dennis Quaid is doing it, but Keanu Reeves just feel like it's a waste. Why would you have Keanu Reeves in the Fantastic Four and not give him Silver Surfer or something like that?
Yeah, I think Silver Surfer is really the only character I could see him fitting. I know people have fan casted him as Johnny Blaze, which I can't at all see.
Keanu Reeves is 56, 57. Like he's
58.
58?
Yeah.
Like he's getting older and older. I don't know how we can put him in these younger roles.
Well, if John Wick's proven anything, he's very sprightly, but I can't see him as Galactus.
But
I just can't picture him.
It's voiceover. So it allows him to do other things and still be Keanu Reeves and do all the stuff he likes to do. So that's why I understand why you go off to Dennis Quaid or Keanu Reeves, because it won't interfere with their schedule.
But can you really picture his voice coming out of Galactus and it working?
Yeah, it'll be kind of weird.
Yeah.
A surfer dude.
I like Keanu Reeves.
I don't know. I don't know if I can hear the surfer dude type of thing. It'll be weird.
Yeah, I can't see him as. That's a no for me. Even Dennis Quaid. As much as I like Dennis Quaid,
I'm not sure I can pick that much. I don't mind as much. I mean, I think he has a strong enough voice that it might work. But I mean, they're the finalists right now as far as what they. This was an anonymous drop, but it was very specific. Silver Surfer, they said not going to be in the Fantastic Four. It's going to be a special presentation on its own, and Ryan Gosling is the front runner right now.
I wouldn't mind him. As Silver Surfer. I do think he's inevitably going to have to pop up down the line in a Fantastic Four movie in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as starting with Galactus, I hope they don't. I'd like to kind of see them start small with Fantastic Four, like Mole Man would be cool, or Puppet Master.
But this is supposed to be very galactic. So the Fantastic Four is supposed to be galactic. It's going to be very space oriented. So you're going to have something.
So I'd say use we've already established the Skrulls. Maybe do Super Skrull.
Okay.
I think I don't want them to go. This is just a personal kind of preference and force of habit. Starting too big too fast is always a big risk as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, look at what they've done though. I mean, they've started pretty big. They've gotten big stars. Especially Fantastic Four is the first family.
I'm talking about the villains though.
What's up, Hurt Minded?
What's going on, Hurt?
What's up?
Yeah, and like how Nurcho was saying, like they should save Galactus as a Thanos level threat. I believe so too.
That's exactly what I think.
So, but he will be. So they're going to have him around for a long time. If you're having Galactus around, he's just going to be something out there, because Silver Surfer has to be around.
Yeah.
For Galactus to be the main bad guy. Thus, he won't be the main bad guy. He just be something that's around.
But that's why I like what they did in Fantastic Four 2 when Fox owned it. Was like you bring Silver Surfer in first and have him be kind of this bad guy that is doing stuff, but he's also trying to warn them, like, hey, I like that idea, because then then you can expand it where it's just not stuck in a 2-hour movie. Expand it, let Silver Surfer do his own thing and kind of come in and mingle with everybody, and people are trying to figure out what's going on, and then
unless they're going to be having the Eternals around too. So Eternals 2 is coming out, and that's what Fantastic Four is going to be more with that. And Arishem and all those type of things. So if you have that they're gigantic things too. So you can have Galactus and he can actually be an entity. That should make sense, not just a cloud. Yeah, a celestial instead of being a cloud.
Yeah, that being a cloud was so stupid. It's like it's one of the coolest looking characters in comics, and they made it a cloud. I'm like, really? That's the dumbest idea.
I can't believe they actually thought that was going to go over well.
Yeah.
A cloud.
Eternals, I know.
Eternals could.
They're going to do some good stuff
later.
They're going to do.
Yeah, I don't think the Eternals is necessarily beyond salvation. That was Marvel's kind of dipped their hands in all genres. That was their little art house experiment. Kevin Feige probably got say one thing about Kevin Feige. He does kind of get a gauge on what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll do what he can.
Phase 4. I'm saying seems like Phase 4. That's what he did. He let everyone do their own thing, and now Kevin Feige's coming back to be the firm hand. Like he shouldn't. He ruined. I think everyone's totally off of Taika. I don't think Taika is something that doesn't work. I think he works with someone that is a little bit more serious that will guide him. So I don't think all these things that people are totally against. I don't think that's something.
Sure. Because Taika is a great filmmaker, but
great ideas, and
great ideas too.
Breaks down walls of what people expect, and I like about that stuff about him.
Yeah, he's done plenty of great stuff, and even though Love and Thunder kind of fell below expectations for me, I'm not going to condemn the guy because of one trip up. I think
he literally it would have been fine if someone would have been around to actually watch what the hell was going on.
Yeah, and I'm not going to condemn his entire career because of one trip up. He's still a great filmmaker, and I'll still eagerly watch anything.
Support.
Yeah. So shout out to real quick to Chillmonger, and Chillmonger invited us on his show on Saturday, the 33 Burning Questions, and that was one of the questions was what do you want to see from where do you want Taika to see him next? And people were like, never in a movie, never. There was a lot of Taika hate, and I get it, but he's still a good director.
I don't get it. Everyone wants because he had one bad mistake.
You can't lose your you can't lose your head and forget all of his other solid work, like What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People. Our Flag Means Jojo Rabbit. He's made a ton of quality stuff.
I'll say that, but I also do believe he does do better with his own original stuff. He is better with that. So I don't think it's fair to condemn a filmmaker because of one trip up. Can you imagine, as many great movies as Christopher Nolan has put out, watch what happened if he tripped up majorly once, and everyone goes turncoat and just starts condemning it. They do it all the time, and it's hard. As a filmmaker, you just need to deal with it. I feel like Stephen King. Stephen King, has a lot of movies, because his books. They're not really adaptable. But I saw Weekend that I was like, that was cool. That was really cool. So doesn't mean that you just give up on it. All right, just finish up the topic real quick. They got Dr. Doom. They said Adam Driver is not going to be much Dr. Doom as he's going to be. He's going to be more Dr. Doom, not Mr. Fantastic. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Between the two, I'd prefer him probably as Doom.
I mean, he's a masked villain. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, he's perfect for it. That's what he does.
He's a very I was not theater trained, but he is kind of, so he knows how to have a big presence, like Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren was you need to be a big presence and also a brat at the same time. And he was like, that's me. I need you to be snot nosed Anakin and Vader at the same time. And he's like, got it. And he crushed it. And people hated that, but it was like, that's what he was supposed to be. So exactly. I can see him being a Dr. Doom where he's like, I'm better than you. I'm smart, very cocky, arrogant, and stuff like that, because he's a good actor, and he could pull that off. You know what I mean?
I think he'll be so
a great
good
Dr. Doom.
that you really got to hit this Reed Richards it has to be perfect. So we're
Yeah,
talking
you
about
have the counter.
that Fantastic Four. What they're talking about is all of them gonna be in their 30s, except for Johnny. Johnny's gonna be 25, 26, a little bit younger, kind of coming to his own. That's one of those things that you're gonna see. But you better really hit this Mr. Fantastic, because if you can't just have Adam Driver being, and he was still the show. He literally was still the show.
No, 100%.
Yeah. And they gotta the writing for Doom, and for that matter, Reed really needs to be on point.
I wouldn't mind Bryan Cranston as Galactus.
Bryan
I'd be good looking as Galactus.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I mean, he really, you going from Malcolm in the Middle to the drug one. Like, I'm having a brain fart. The stuff he's able to do is great. He's such a great actor, and he's fun. He's always like just funny to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, better off for Doc Ock.
I like that.
That'd be kind of cool too, man. That'd be kind of really cool.
I like what Louis was saying about this Liam Neeson, this Galactus.
Liam Neeson.
I like that.
I always said Liam Neeson or Ralph or Rafe, or how Rafe Fiennes. I prefer to call him Ralph because it's spelled Ralph, and thusly I will call him Ralph.
Oh,
so I'd say Liam Neeson or Ralph Fiennes.
I like Ralph. He says Liam Neeson. Says Cavill is a better fit for Captain Britain.
I see that.
I want him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want him as Sentry 100%. I want him as
I still want to see him as Sentry. But Captain Britain would be great too.
Yeah. If just be yourself and go.
Exactly.
it would definitely be cool to see more super soldiers in the MCU, or like the other attempts at creating super soldiers. I'd love him as Captain Britain. Between the two, I prefer Sentry. But I want him
to be a badass. I mean, Captain Britain is a side character. I need him to be a badass. He's going to be in the MCU.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then he kind of lets him show off his acting skills a little bit more. So I wouldn't mind Cranston give that man a role. 100%.
I like the State Farm guy would be good voice for. You're in good hands with the whole state.
Yeah,
he'd be
pretty good too, though. Yeah, I can see that. Like legit, like he's
I mean, he's the president in what's the
24?
Yep, in 24. I mean, I like him.
Oh, Dennis Haysbert, yeah,
he has that presence about him. So
sure does.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah,
that's one other thing I was going to say. Doom should be the same age as Reed Richards. Yes,
roughly. Yeah.
He could be a little bit older, but they went to college together, and Reed Richards kind of
they're supposed to like know each other.
I prefer them around. Yeah, pretty much the same age.
The other thing they said that they're not promising. He said he might have the Fantastic Four be a little bit more worldly. That's how they left at that, but it might be a little bit more worldly. So you don't necessarily going to get, a white guy as Reed Richards. It's possible that they do some race changing in that, or Johnny Storm would be a perfect one. They can do that too, like they did in the previous Fantastic Four. So I mean, just don't be surprised if you get a Hispanic Reed Richards or a black Johnny Storm or things like that. Like I think that those are going to be possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if they do. Just
it has to make sense. It has to make sense.
It has to be a good actor, good story, because I think like what was the other thing? When you're able to do something like that and you can do it, it's no big deal. But if it sucks, you're just giving fuel to like these like hater channels and hater critics and stuff. But when it's good, there's no ammo there. You can't be like, oh look, go woke, go broke. It was like, yeah, but it's amazing. It's a good story. What are you talking about? So,
but you have to see him and see like.
That's not bad, actually. I never thought about that.
Oh, I love that.
Zoe Saldana.
Oh, I love that. Sue Storm. Yeah. I haven't heard anything about that, but that sounds good.
Yeah.
But she's already,
Gamora, and then she's doing the Avatar thing. I don't know. But that would be awesome, Perp. That would be really good. What we got Derpy up here. All right, fellas, why are we talking Marvel? Because saying tomorrow is the day I actually do a lot of things. What's that?
Because we don't know what else to say. DC drops tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like I said, I don't think DC's not going to do anything that's going to blow our mind. I think he's going to say like, and I'm making a Superman movie. Yeah, no shit. Like, you know, it's like he's not going to introduce any actors. He's not going to introduce anything out of the ordinary.
Oh
he's
yeah,
say
no,
a Batman movie, Superman movie, Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah,
that's it. I think that's all he's going to say.
Yeah, I don't think.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went Green Lantern. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Green Lantern.
I don't think so.
I would love Green Lantern. I was actually
it opens up the universe.
Yeah, I would love Green Lantern because you know that Green Lantern is one of my favorite DC characters. I was disappointed with the live action movie. A Green Lantern movie, by all accounts, could be amazing. And there's 100%. So many you can. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry.
No, 100%. It could be a great franchise amongst itself.
When you think about it, so you think about Thor, comparing them to MCU, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. You know, those are the core guys. So you're thinking, okay, so you're gonna get, you gotta have Batman because yes, Batman is that dude. Can't have anything in the DC without having Superman. Is it possible that they go Green Lantern as a third?
No, Wonder Woman.
They'll probably start with the Trinity.
You don't think that you go without Wonder Woman like as being a 4? Especially because after 1984, do you give it a little breath and say, okay, we're going to drop these 3 first, and then bring Wonder Woman is the next one. It's the one that brings them together.
You could. I wouldn't necessarily mind if they did it that way. But I do think that they'll start with the Trinity as the foundation. I think it's been long enough between.
They just did it though. That's my thing. Is I feel like they just did it. They tried it the last one, and they're going to do it again. They have to. James Gunn's going to want to do something. Different.
It wouldn't be terribly different than like the limited time gaps we've gotten between, say, like Spider-Man reboots, or they reintroduced a new Batman and Robert Pattinson with not too long after Affleck. So I think audiences are kind of wise enough to to embrace a new version of the same character.
I think
especially in such a short period of time.
It's still very separated. We're still very, it's still
because he's going to announce it, but it doesn't mean
he has to bring it together somehow.
There's going to be he's going to announce Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Superman's coming first because we haven't had a Superman movie in freaking forever. Yeah. Batman's going to come after that. So a year later, so you're talking about 2026, a Batman movie. 2027, we're going to get Wonder Woman. So that's a long enough time. They want to wait that long?
I don't know.
They have no choice. I mean, at this point, they have to let this year run out, and then
they don't have to start filming a year. They don't have to put one movie out in a year. They can put 2-3 movies out in a year.
They could. They've done it before, but I think they're gonna.
At least
I kind of see them.
At least 2, because you don't want to wait too long. Because this contract is only a 4-year contract, 5-year contract. Like it's not that long of a contract, guys. So you can't do.
I think it's a 10-movie contract.
So I thought it was a
or
time.
Is it a year? Is it time? I don't know. I gotta double check.
So if he's gonna really create something, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that without.
He's gonna announce Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and then probably if like Derpy's saying 3-4 projects, and then the 4th one's gonna be a Justice League. Because you're gonna do the big 3
thing, the same thing that you did before. Okay, all right.
I mean, but do it right.
Yeah.
And they have to compete with exactly what we had. The Snyder, you're going to have to compete with that.
Snyder brought.
But I don't think there's going to be much competition. It wasn't that good.
No, it doesn't matter because you still have people. Half the people love Snyder, and you're going to do the exact same way that he did it. I just feel like Gunn has something up his sleeve, man.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think he's not gonna project anything too crazy. All right, let me get through some of these.
I definitely see him starting small.
That's what. How do you start small and do Superman?
Same way you started small with like say Iron Man. It's a small self-contained story that doesn't really kind of go out of its way to share anything.
So Smallville, because they're not going to Smallville. You know that.
Say what?
They're going 25 to 30-year-old Superman. Same thing with Batman.
That's around a good age.
You know, but it's a bigger story. I feel like it's going to be a bigger story. I think Superman movie has to be one of them. Superman and Batman should be in the same year, no matter what.
When I say smaller story, I mean not necessarily going out of its way to have any connective tissue towards a greater universe. I think they're just going to focus on that individual story, like they did. You know, like for example, Iron Man, the first one. We didn't really get too much hinting. It didn't go out of its way to hammer the point home that it's a shared universe, save for a Shield reference and the Nick Fury cameo at the very end. I think it's going to focus on kind of establishing the character. Just focus on establishing the character first and foremost.
Yeah,
and then kind of planting the seeds in that regard, and then kind of slowly taking baby steps from there into a shared universe.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I agree.
You might see Superman, and then he flies off into space to handle something that's going on, and he meets Green Lantern, and he connected that way.
Nah, he's not gonna do Green Lantern. He already said he's not gonna do it. I don't see him doing Green Lantern because it's doing too much too quick. Like Brandon said, I can see him doing
Batman
Zod
is
in the
doing
first
Batman
Superman
is too much too quick. Doing Batman itself. There's too many Batman movies. We have a Batman movie that's going to be coming out in 2025. So
yeah, and then have the new Batman in 2026,
the next year. But once again, that you're talking about 4 or 5 years away before you release Batman. How are you going to get an entire slate out? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make logical sense to me. I feel like Batman, you could release Batman anytime. So why wouldn't you just release something else?
I think Chillmonger said it best. Was it Chillmonger or somebody? I forgot. But he's like, as soon as that James Gunn first movie starts, nothing else matters. So it doesn't matter if like December 25th, we got Aquaman, and then December 26th, the James Gunn movie starts, because then it's just a brand new universe. I mean, they're not going to do that. That's too super.
My point is, it's impossible, and especially because Batman 2 is still happening, and they're just finishing writing it now. So that means they're filming it in late 2023, early 2024. That means it's going to be released in 2025.
Nah, it's going to be released 2024. I'd probably
like
the end of the year.
In 1 year. Like they're not filming this year.
Yeah, they're got to be filming because they're done. They're almost done writing it.
They said the story is supposed to be completed sometime in April. Okay, they want to turn around and be able to get all that together. You think they're going to have it released before 2025? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I
can see it happen. I can see it happen. Or let's get some news. But we're like, Superman. The biggest issue, they went Zod right off the bat, and I thought that was silly. Zod's cool, but you went from 0 to destroying the world in 1 hour, and I was like, nah, that's he needs to figure out who he is. And you went from like, who am I? Oh, I'm saving the world. Like it was too much too quick. It was cool, but there was a lot of issues because then like he doesn't know what to do. Oh, I gotta break this guy's neck, even though I want to break this guy's neck. Like that's not Superman, But obviously Zack Snyder didn't give a shit because he gave Batman a gun. So, but here, let's go through some of these comments real quick. So Perp said, name at least one actor that is playing Superman as possible. I can see that. At least one actor.
I can see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they even say like, look, Pattinson is Batman in my universe now. Maybe. I doubt it, but
that's the only way to get around it. That's the only way to get around it, to put 2 movies out in the same year, because they could do that because they're building this universe the right way and using Pattinson as the Batman. It's the only way that would. Or what if they just forget Batman and go Dick Grayson?
So somebody said that. That's a stupid idea. I'm sorry. That's stupid. We'll get to that in a second because somebody said that. I do think the new Superman should be mid. Yeah. Like maybe just become like do the same thing for Superman that you did for the Batman with Pattinson. Like he just started. He's figuring it out. He's making his connections with people.
So you gotta be careful because there's so many TV shows. So you don't want Smallville. You don't want Batman and Superman and Lois. You don't want Snyder. Like none of
those matter though. None of those matter anymore.
Yeah, none of them matter. It still does matter. You don't want to rehash it. You don't want to have. You're trying to not to eliminate
Smallville
conflict.
was its own thing. Smallville was its own thing.
But he says he's not doing Smallville. But he says he's not doing Superman. He's not doing Smallville.
And I don't think a younger Superman necessarily automatically equals Smallville. It just kind of equals. He's trying to have enough longevity to carry a franchise.
Yeah.
this,
man, he could do whatever. But I think he's gonna go Daily Planet. It's probably where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, Bandy said, which Green Lantern? I mean, you can go any of the big four. Or really, I would start out with Hal and John. That's how I would start it. Yeah.
You can't do both at the same time.
I think Hal would be a good jumping off spot. Although I wouldn't mind John Stewart.
Have them do something together. And then he's like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna go back to Earth because they need help." And then Hal's like, "Well, I gotta go take care of shit on Oa." You introduce them both, and then one goes with Justice Leagues, and one does intergalactic shit.
So
it's like
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but split, like literally two Captain Marvels.
Yeah,
because you could do that with Green Lantern. So I can confirm 3-4 projects, which I probably see. Which Green Lantern is
my
your favorite
Green Lantern?
Yeah,
John Stewart.
Yeah,
same.
It's because he was a badass.
Because he's a badass.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was. I think from even like his military background, like he made for the perfect lantern.
So they said they defunded the Green Lantern.
That's why I saw that. I was laughing.
Guy Gardner is cool because he's a dick. He's a dick.
Yeah, Guy Gardner's a great one. There's not really any of the lanterns that I don't like. I think they're all pretty cool in their own right. But yeah, definitely for me, John closely followed by Hal.
Yeah. I grew up on. I think most of us growing up in the '90s grew up on John.
Oh, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Hal's the one you start off with, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to start off with Hal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want Doom Patrol and Suicide Squad crossover directed by James Gunn.
Which would be great.
That'd be cool.
But once again, you're not. If you're the way you guys are talking about it, we're gonna do one movie a year. We'll get that in 2032.
That could be a show. That don't need to be a movie. He said everything's connected.
On HBO
all
Max.
the shows. HBO Max. It's just gonna be called Max.
Because it's not gonna be HBO Max.
Yeah, just Max, which is stupid. But yeah, that'd be cool. But
I would love to see James Gunn write and direct a Booster Gold movie. I feel like that would be right up his alley.
Yeah,
I'd love to see him take on Booster Gold.
Yeah, I think he's for sure gonna do that.
Yeah.
So here's
Glenn Powell from Top Gun and Devotion. If for whatever reason he wasn't Scott Summers or who, like he'd be a great Booster Gold.
I think he'd be a better Hal Jordan.
And you guys are going too far into it without. You have to have a storyline, a baseline, right? I mean, these are stories. The way you guys are talking about when we're talking about doing this is literally 10 years in. Before he could touch this stuff. Like it's.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to be dropping 2 movies a year to really build it the right way. I feel like
they could.
2 in 2025, 2 in 2026. Now 2027 is a big year because you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a very. I mean, look, DC dropping 4 this year. They
don't matter, so that doesn't count.
They don't matter, and then they're stuck in.
Yeah.
Hey, Brady, you're stuck too, man. Look, you look.
Yeah, I know he's stuck. So. What did you bring?
You're frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. So let me bring this. So Derpy said this. He goes, I actually heard Dick Grayson might be possible Batman at the start because someone posted a Damian swinging a sword at Bruce. I'm gonna tell you 100%. No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen because again, that's something that can happen way later down. You got to start from the start. Bruce Wayne is Batman. You know what I mean? Dick Grayson is Robin until he's not. So Damian's cool. But how are you going to introduce Damian? Then you're going to run into the Justice League with the Snyder shit. It's like, oh look, there's a Robin suit with bullet holes and Joker writing on it, and we never talk about it ever again. It's like
there's never any payoff.
Yeah, like saying, oh, here's Damian. That's Bruce Wayne's son. Wait, who's Bruce Wayne? Oh, well, he's the real Batman. So wait, who's that? Well, that's Dick Grayson. Well, who's Dick Grayson? Well, he was the first Robin. It's like that's too much backstory that you need to get into right off the bat, and it's gonna be
unless you use Robert Pattinson.
Even then, you have to introduce
use him, but you use him, and then just don't introduce him as Robin. You say he's killed. Change the story up a little bit, And that way, Robert Pattinson technically was never your Batman, but then you bring Dick Grayson as that. I don't like the idea. I'm just saying that's something you could do.
Dick, and then the whole issue of Dick Grayson don't like being Batman. He doesn't like being Batman. When he was forced in the comic books to be Batman, he didn't want to do it. He had to because he knew. But he had to. And I loved the Batman and Robin story where Dick was Batman and Damian was the new Robin. That was a great story. I love that story, that arc. But Dick Grayson is not Batman. It's way too much, way too quick, and then you're going to get into the Snyder problem. And the Snyder problem was throwing everything at you all at once, and it didn't work.
If we get that next tomorrow, we're gonna come on live.
I'm gonna be. I won't be pissed, but I was like, you're gonna.
He's like, I won't be pissed. He's gonna be coming out. He's gonna be throwing stuff around. I can't believe he did this.
No, it's stupid because you have way too much backstory. You would have to explain. How is Damian Bruce's son? Oh, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Well, first, who's Ra's al Ghul, and why is his daughter important? You know what I mean? And then or
you just say all the other stuff was canon, and we're just going on. I'm going new.
Then what? Is Damian Christian Bale Batman's son? Because that's when we saw Talia. Yeah. I mean, no. It's a lot to throw at somebody, especially. You got to think of like a middle-aged person who doesn't read the comics,
but you also got to remember, like Ant-Man, they didn't go for the first Ant-Man; they went to the second Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like they've passed up the first of things to go to the second one of things to make it make more sense for their purposes. I wouldn't be surprised if they do stuff like that, but Batman's a hard one to do. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but Batman's the one that just like Bruce Wayne. But also, Batman.
Even with the Ant-Man, they had the first Ant-Man there.
You can have Bruce Wayne, old man Bruce Wayne there. There's nothing you're saying.
Do Batman Beyond if you're going to do that. Do Batman Beyond if you're going to do that. Because then that doesn't. But then you're going to have old Bruce Wayne with a 12-year-old Damian. It was like, cool. You had him when you were 50? It's like, I don't know. It's a cool concept. And I would love to see it eventually work out. Because then you need Dick Grayson to be mad at Bruce Wayne. You need to build that relationship and why Dick hated being second fiddle to under Bruce. Let that build out. Let the whole thing of him and Damian kind of go through. Like that's a great storyline. A great story. And I'd much rather see that than Batman and Lois having a kid because that shit's stupid as hell. This storyline, Batman's actual storyline is awesome. This will be great.
The problem is we started so many times.
Yeah.
And that could be the problem. He said, I don't want to rehash the same story for the 1500th time. We have the longest comic book running story, and we can't get past the first five issues. Like, we can't get past it because we have to continue to go backwards.
Yeah.
That could be a problem for him. And James Gunn, I mean, as you say, he's creative. He's an innovator. It might piss people off. We'll see.
Yeah. Said the main universe Batman should tackle the Bat family. That'd be cool. I would love to see that.
I'd be good with that.
Doing it right.
Each character could have their own franchise. You know what I mean? Like Superman can have his own franchise with Lois Lane and Superboy and his sons and shit. Batman, Green Lantern. Those are guys that could be big story and have their big stories in their own stories. You know what I mean? Like you could do so much with DC that Marvel doesn't really branch out like that.
You can't do because you have so many. They all make sense, and you already know the story.
Yeah, I can see a Batman movie coming right after Batman 2. Me too.
I don't think that will work.
Yeah,
I think you want to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, actually, from what I heard, Richard Grayson is Batman at the start. I don't think it.
You hope that that's what it is.
You
have so many Batman stories. I'm just saying, there's so many Batman stories. You could do this.
I think I'm a bigger fan of Dick Grayson and Nightwing than I am of Batman and Bruce Wayne. I love Batman and Bruce Wayne, but something about Dick Grayson and Nightwing and him being the first Robin, I loved that. I loved Robin. I loved Nightwing. I love Dick Grayson was a great character to follow up with him. Hey, that guy just subscribed. Thank you. But yeah.
Can you imagine how pissed off we go? I think you upset.
I think you upset a lot of people. I think you will.
I don't know if that bothers James Gunn, especially if you have a great story. I don't know if that's going to bother him.
I think so, because he knows who's important and not. Like,
I think
he brought in Taserface. Well, he brought in Taserface to literally make fun of him because he knew he was a stupid character. So I think if he knows things are silly, I think he plays on it being silly in the sense that he can play it. And it's like, oh, we're not going to start Superman. We're going to start Superman with his son instead. You know, like, what? Why? Why would you do that?
Because you have so many so many Batman. You have literally, there's like 8. It's like,
there's the Batman 8 Incorporated thing.
How many movies have we started? We started this Batman over so many times. Just from the 90s, if you add the animated series, there's 8 different storylines of you starting up the same story. We know the story.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know where he's gonna go, but I'm interested.
Yeah. New Superman movie and Batman will drop in 2025. I can probably see that.
Exactly. New Superman movie and Batman 2 will drop in 2025. Yeah.
2.
As in
no. The Batman?
As in the Batman 2.
No.
The Batman 2 will drop in 2020. It has to. It has to. That's how long these movies take.
If he does, because he wants to, I think he's going to separate the Batman and the new Superman. I think Superman's going to be the first one to come out.
I think the Batman will drop in February of 2025, and the new Superman movie will come out May of 2025.
No way. Like November. Like at the end of the year, he's going to try to separate them.
I think it's going to be a summer blockbuster and blow the sheets off of people. Like a good Superman movie can make billions.
It probably could.
And why would you take a chance of weather? No, you put it, May, July, and make billions of dollars.
Maybe. I don't know. I like the Batman, and I think number 2 might be pretty good as well. Most likely will.
That was released in May, right? In March.
March.
Yeah, was it February or March? It was like right there. Yeah, it might be February. But my point is, I think that's you're gonna do the same thing in 2025, and then you're gonna put the blockbuster. This is my thing. They just kind of wet your whistle with a little bit, and then they hit you with the big one. In July. June, July, boom. Everyone's out of school. No one has nothing else to do. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna set up like the new DCU is gonna be like a fucking Warner Brothers parade thing. Like, I think it's going to be a big extravagant, because you have to be able to no, here's the new stuff. Here's the good stuff, the stuff that everyone's been waiting for, type of shit.
Yeah, but this is going to be hard. And the hardest thing is that 2023 has to get these movies out.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing.
And its tone for the universe is similar to Justice League Dark.
I don't think I
don't think it's going to happen. You got to start off with the basics. I think we got to start off with the basics
and
before
it's
you get
James
into
Gunn. It's James Gunn. Why would he?
Justice League Dark is cool,
but why would he do that right off the top?
Yeah.
James Gunn can go dark when he wants to. Like Slither, Super was a pretty dark movie.
Yeah.
So he does have it in him.
That one.
Your whole universe.
Only where need be. Where it's appropriate to go dark, go dark. Don't
Constantine, go dark.
Yeah, do right by the characters. If the occasion calls for you to go dark, then yeah, sure. But don't go dark and
I'm just saying
you
guys are saying things that we're gonna be comparing them to other things that you guys don't want to talk about. I'm just telling you, you're gonna go dark. The stuff that you're saying, it's just we're gonna redo it exactly the same way as the Snyderverse. Like, we're gonna restart these same stories the same way, and you're gonna go dark.
They're not going dark.
And that's what I'm saying. You're just asking for the fan base to stay split.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go dark, as in like how Snyder did it, or if you do the storyline,
it's still dark. I mean, Superman first movie was killing people.
Yeah, Batman, but Justice League Dark is the actual storyline, and that's different than like just being dark. It's an actual storyline of, but there's a lot of supernatural in Justice League Dark. A lot of other stuff, and they're not going to go with it. They're going to keep it simple. They're going to keep it extreme version of the basics. You know, this is Batman. Batman's this. Superman is this. Wonder Woman is this. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they're gonna do.
I would not be surprised if he throws his own thing out there.
And that too, but I think if he does, it might be something like Lobo. I can see like Lobo connecting all three people or something stupid. You know, Batman does equal money.
We do know what Lobo is, so I mean, it's the one announcement we know.
Yeah,
that might be
more money. Yeah,
exactly.
This is why I have faith in Gunn. You know, because one of his first orders of business was to cast Jason Momoa as Lobo, the role that he should have played from the beginning. No, that's not a knock against him as Aquaman. He's fine as Aquaman. But, you know,
I mean, look at Lobo and look at Momoa. Is cool. Has anyone, those words ever been used before Jason Momoa was him? Oh, Aquaman, he's so cool. No one has ever said that. It has never been written. No one read the comics, thought that. No one said, I'm going to do this series and make him cool. No, he's the only one that ever made him cool. So that's why I feel like it's a bigger part. I understand him doing Lobo, but if it doesn't pay off for 5 years, once again, if it doesn't pay off for 5 years, how are we going to do these things?
Wait, hold on now. The animated series made Aquaman kind of cool and badass.
He's still Aquaman. At the end of the day, he's still Aquaman. I mean,
I don't know if you ever seen the what's it called? There's the Superman animated movie. Where Superman what is it called? It's a newer one. So not animated series. I saw it not that long ago. Not Man of Tomorrow. Fuck, where is it? But it's him as a little bit younger Superman, so he's still fairly fresh. And Lobo is the bad guy. You know, he's hunting him because he's a Kryptonian and blah blah blah. Easy way.
An animated movie.
It was an animated movie.
So in other words, so you make him the bad guy in the first movie, and he's the first bad guy.
Yeah, and obviously he doesn't die because Lobo. You know, but then he goes outer space, you know, and then he maybe does something with Batman somehow. I'm trying to look for what the hell it's called. If anybody knows what I'm talking about in chat, let me know.
We have to catch up with some of the comments to be able to do that.
Yeah, I know. I went all the way to the bottom. What was it? Not Man. Is it Man of Tomorrow? It might have been Man. Yeah, Man of Tomorrow. I think 2020 came out. So Lobo's a thing, and then there's like what's the synopsis? Sent to Earth, the infant, blah 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 blah. I see. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Let me see. IMDb. The animation I thought was good. Daily Planet answering Clark Kent takes learning on the job to a new extreme when Lobo and Parasite set their sights on Metropolis. So Parasite is kind of like a Venom kind of character. He starts effing shit up, and then Lobo comes in because he needs the bounty on the Kryptonian. And that was I enjoyed that one. I thought that was a pretty good movie. Animation was nice and sharp. The voice acting was a little bit different because it's not the voices you're used to when you seeing them on screen. But that was a good one. I like that, and it's him as a younger Superman, So, it's him with like a fighter pilot suit on, and he has like a fake red cape, and he saves the day for the first day, and him and Lobo. It's pretty good. So I recommend watching that because I think you could go that way. James Gunn could easily go that way.
Okay. How young is Superman in that? Talking about like 17.
He's young. I think he's just started working at Daily Planet. So
that's exactly what they said they're going to be doing. They're going to be heading right to when you first working at Daily Planet. That's what we're going to look.
You know what? Shit, let me play this trailer because I think this works really well because it brings in so much stuff. I know, right? Well, here let's run through the comments real quick. We'll do that, and then blah 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 blah. So he said they focus on Superman shaves his chest and Man Steel. Yeah. Same thing with the other Superman. Like, they spent 6 months on making his crotch look perfect, which was stupid. Batman, more money. Batman Incorporated, I think will be a really good storyline. Superman 2025, new Batman 2027, Wonder Woman 2029.
In the contract.
I can see that. In a contract, yeah.
That's my problem. Like you're really cutting this close. And if you're putting 2 years behind these movies,
that's too much in between. 25, 26, and then 27, and then 28. You have to have a
even 1 year. You can't drop one movie a year if you're the DCU.
You could, and then you throw in shows, throw in animated movies, throw in all that because all that's connected. Remember, that's all connected now.
But your TV shows are hard to do too, and you see that's why they put.
But it's not unheard of. You know, Marvel's.
They could do it. They could do it.
Marvel did it during the pandemic.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, they did it, but they didn't do it any other time. They've always had at least 2 movies going out a year.
Yeah. Dick Grayson possibly is Batman. Eventually. I would love to see that.
Saw that. Justice League.
Universe, yeah. Similar to it, I think that would be a cool sequel to the first Justice League. You know, like seeing them going maybe like Justice League Dark, Supernatural kind of stuff. Guy Gardner.
So 15 years from now, okay.
Well, no. How long did they do Age of Ultron after everything started? It wasn't 15 years.
7 years, 8 years. And
they were doing
2 movies.
They were
a year.
dropping movies.
They were dropping 2 or 3 movies in every year. Like we were getting in May, June, August, September. Like they were dropping movies all the time.
Yeah,
that's when it took over.
Yeah, but it didn't start off quick. It started off like 1 a year, I think, wasn't it? Like,
so Iron Man came out, and then what's the next one that came after that?
Incredible Hulk, like a month later.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
They were doing 3 movies a year.
I gotta look at the release date because I don't remember them coming that close together. So while you look up that, go through some per mindset. Call of Peacemaker meets Doom Patrol. That'd be cool. I can see Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. You know, something like that would be interesting. They handed Gunn a dumpster, so he had to burn it down. My man Aquaman was the best part of the Snyderverse, so interesting. They decided to keep it. But the whole my man, that's Lobo. That's Lobo.
That's definitely Lobo.
Yeah, that's Lobo.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is Lobo in real life.
Yeah, basically. In real life. Yeah,
he's a just a stereotypical bro. You know.
Yeah.
Lobo is a stereotypical bro who just happens to be from outer space with gray skin.
Rides a motorcycle.
You're not too far off. You're not too far off. So yeah, Iron Man, May 2nd, 2008. Incredible Hulk, June 13th, 2008. Then Iron Man 2, May 7th, 2010. So it took 2 years to do another movie. Okay. But then
I'll be right back. Just give me a second. I'll be right back.
But
okay.
But then they started rolling. Right. So, May 6th, 2011, July 12th, 2011, Avengers, May 4th, 2012. Iron Man 3.
For 4 years.
Yeah, May 3rd, 2013, November 8th, 2013, April 4th, 2014, August 2014. Like they were putting 2 or 3
They were doing like 2
out.
a year. Yeah.
Almost every year. It's 2 years, 2 a year. 2 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they started rolling. They started doing 3 a year.
Yeah. And then Disney bought them and gave them like unlimited money.
They said, do whatever you want. And then they 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 18, 19, 19, 19. Till the pandemic, we were literally getting 3 movies every year.
Yeah. 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 And then Xavier said, I'd rather have Batman Beyond than Dick Grayson as Batman. 100%. 100%. Dick Grayson as Batman is a great story later. Batman Beyond, you could do that shit right now. You could do that right now. And people will get it.
You're going to be pissed off because that's what's going to happen.
What?
He's going to say, we're not doing the regular Batman. We have too many of them out there, so we're going to do Batman Beyond. That's how we're going to start it.
And have him come back in time somehow? That'd be awesome. That would be so good because then you can have, I would love that.
But then he brings back all the Batman. He says, truthfully, there's no need for me to do this. I can go ahead and, bring all this stuff as canon. And it doesn't matter because it's in the past.
Yeah.
A Batman Beyond movie would be so cool. I'd totally be down for that.
I think we got the graphics for it.
That sounds more James Gunn than anything.
Yeah. 100%. Away it does. It really does. Says Batwoman, LOL, who knows?
That's phase 3. Phase 3.
Yeah. And thanks again, that guy, for subbing. Thank you. I think you are number 670. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Batgirl cancel. That's too early, man. Too soon. Yeah. DC also tap into the R-rated content, unlike Marvel. They could. They could. I think.
Well, Marvel's going to do the same thing too. So
they're scratching it with Deadpool, but you have a character that could do it. I think you could do that.
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. I mean, eventually. But I mean, you could bring in John Constantine. Keanu Reeves said he wants to do it again. So
he's too old. That's the point. He's 57. He can't come in like
58.
58. I keep on saying. I keep on 57. You're right.
Do comic accurate John Constantine, blonde haired, British,
trench coat all the time.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
he's from Supernatural. he's
Castiel.
I don't know why.
Yeah, just with British and a lot more curse words. The CW dead. We should be getting better DC comic book shows now. Hope so. I think so because I think the CW that we knew it as with the Flash and all that is going to get replaced with the DCU on CW, and I think we're going to get all those like lower end ones. Because you have your main stuff, and then you're going to have your lower end side character stuff on TV, and then animated is going to be.
I feel like you have to have that foundation of the movies first before you really release these TV shows.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Of course. Yeah.
And
is that a damn moon pie? You got moon pie over there without sharing it? You didn't bring one for the whole class?
These aren't moon pies.
The brownies? Or is that straight fudge?
They're skinny cow ice cream sandwiches.
Are they some kind of like protein?
Even when I'm eating, I'm still working out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really like moon pies. But okay.
Yeah. Come on, brand snacking.
I'm telling you, man.
Here you go.
All right,
bring your food, everyone. All right, let's watch this trailer. So this trailer is the one I was talking about that came out in 2020. So you can watch it right now. I've watched it. It's pretty good. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear it. If it ever plays.
I don't want him to feel different.
He is
good.
Different. He lifts the inspector with one finger, Martha. Whoever put him in that ship had no idea or care for how dangerous a world they were sending him to.
Breaking news. An unidentified object heading towards Earth was detected by Star Labs.
Look! Up in the sky!
There's a dude.
Why are you here?
Why are you here, Kryptonian?
Lois, and you are?
I'm Clark Kent. This planet is protected, alien.
It's ass woman time.
That's Momoa. And he's got a Green Lantern ring. You can tie it in.
I thought Martians only existed in the movies.
Those movies are terrible.
Are you right, Miss Lane?
What's the S for?
Superman.
What? It's not the flowing river?
Those people are in great danger.
Let them go. My name is Kal-El of Krypton, and I come in peace.
Yeah, Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
like.
never saw.
Yes, it was. House of Nerds.
I never saw the whole thing. I've seen parts of Man of Tomorrow.
So, wasn't that based on part of American Alien graphic novel? Oh, maybe.
I saw it. I was like, man, this looks so fucking familiar. I was trying to think, what is it?
Maybe. I really don't read Superman comic books like that. So, I mean, every comic book nerd read Death of Superman. Everyone. I mean, they re-released it recently too. It was a 30-year, whatever, or 20-year. But yeah, I mean, they can easily go that route. Introduce Lobo. Lobo had a Green Lantern ring on. Okay, it's like you can put Easter eggs and stuff like that. I mean, you can get a little silly with it too. But
Lobo with the Green Lantern, that's like one of my favorite things. What he does to the red, what's it with the red ones? What are they called?
The red lanterns.
Yeah. You remember what Lobo does? I gotta find it.
I don't remember. Yeah,
I gotta find it. It's awesome.
Let's see, Joseph Quinn as the new Flash?
Joseph Quinn. Joseph Quinn.
British actor. Oh, yeah. He was the dude from Stranger Things.
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Munson.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's.
He's a good actor. He needs to be in something else. He was in Game of Thrones, a little part, and then obviously Eddie took the world by storm. He'll be a cool Flash. Yeah. Be a cool Flash. Young. Mm-hmm. Young. What is 29? So I can see that. Yeah, Eddie. I can see that. Man, somebody needs to jump on him quick, and either Marvel or DC, because that man became like the best thing on TV, because of Stranger Things.
Oh, one of them definitely will.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna share this real quick.
All right, what you got?
So basically, you have Green Lantern says finally the Green Lanterns die. Green Lantern of Sector 995 deceased. Scanning for replacement. Lobo. And it says Lobo kicks Dexter, the cutest Red Lantern ever, far into the void of space, outer space, and he later realizes that the Red Lanterns have sliced his body into two. He's no longer with them. So that's what I remember. I remember him kicking them so hard that he kicks him in half. It's like in different parts of space. It's great.
Which is just a total dick.
I love Dexter. I want to see Dexter on the big screen so bad. He's definitely one of my favorite lanterns out of all the different colors. Sad story shit. Yeah, I think he has more charisma than Ezra. Yeah. I was never a big fan. Never a big fan of Ezra.
A nutless monkey has more charisma than Ezra Miller.
Hey, you talking about Gordo?
I think Cardi B is going to jump on Joseph Quinn really quick.
Hey, won't be a bad move.
Yeah. Although, so I'm a big Metallica fan. And Metallica was at Lollapalooza this past year. And it was a cool cut they had. They have brought Joseph Quinn in, and obviously they're obviously big fans because they let the show use their music. And since he did learn the song, they gave him a guitar. They all signed it and stuff like that. And he got to jam with Metallica playing Master of Puppets in the backstage at Lollapalooza. So I was like, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
You're living everyone's life.
Yeah.
Their dream life.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. All right. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I know tomorrow we have the Panda and Grizzly show. It depends.
No, it's all on Lucas. If Lucas is able to do this, we can make this happen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Do we do it in the middle of the day? I'll do it on my phone. Take my lunch.
Hey, we jump on and you jump on and we say, wow, he just dropped it. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, Derpy said something. He said the time
12 Pacific or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. So Derpy said sometime in the middle of the day, Pacific. But yeah, they're Eastern. The DC
Eastern
tomorrow 12 Eastern confirmed, and it's not just 3 or 4 movies. It could be the whole chapter 1, which I think that'll probably be it. I don't think he's gonna go with dark tone though. I really don't, because it's been done before. And
I don't know if it's gonna be only 3 or 4. I think 3 or 4 movies might be the whole first chapter.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna give him 10. They're gonna give him 10 movies if the first 3 to 4 do well.
That's why I don't think he'll give him. It's a time frame. They'll be like, look, and if it's not going well, they'll say, well, we tried.
Yeah. Which that would 100% suck, man. But because if it fails, then you're gonna have all the Snyder people bring back Snyder. Shut up. No, I'm over it.
But that's my point, and that's what I'm saying. Doing things that are too close to it brings that.
It doesn't matter. It could be 20 years from now. People are still going to be bring back Snyder. Like, ugh. Like, they weren't that great. I'm sorry. Man of Steel was okay at best. Batman vs Superman was not good. Like,
No.
like it was not. Like Wonder Woman was good, but that wasn't a Snyder film. But it was followed by 1984, which was just complete trash.
It was followed by 1984, but that was like 3 years later.
Well, it was the sequel to it. Like,
but that also wasn't a Snyder film. So
yeah, that wasn't a Snyder film either. I mean, like the Suicide Squad sucked. But I mean, just films that he did, like Batman versus Superman, looked cool, had cool parts, and looked really cool. But
awesome.
It had the Martha scene, the whole
God, come on.
Everything else was just so silly about it. Yeah, again, but he's like Snyder's a guy who's gonna have some stuff that's gonna look really, really good. At the very least, it's going to look awesome. And it's gonna be a super mid, if not worse. That's it.
Takes opinions do not represent the spoiler king. So this is you know right now. Disclaimer on the bottom.
Yeah. Like, dude, they come after people like, what? You don't think it's good? Well, you suck. Like I legit seen like death threats to people saying like the shit I just said. So on Twitter.
Like that. They don't want that. They don't want that beef. They don't want that. Or what Shannon Sharp say? You don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
Not with me. You don't want that smoke.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm a DC fan, man. I'm a DC fan. I love DC comics more than I love Marvel comics. I like out of Marvel, X-Men. Like that's really it. Miles is cool and stuff like that, but DC has the better shit, and I want DC to do well. I really, really want to see them do it.
Though. It doesn't matter.
I really want to see it.
They don't want that.
They don't want the Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's me. I mean, I know there's other people on there, but let the Snyder stuff die already, man. Like.
Oh, you're going to say that, and then when he's going to release this movie on Netflix, it's going to be amazing. And everyone's like, see, this is what we got a guy from DC. You better drop something.
But I like Snyder. I think he does awesome stuff that looks amazing. 300,
yeah,
one of my favorite
visually and fight
visually.
choreography from him is great.
Story-wise, he gives you a mid-level story at best every single time.
Hey, James Gunn's about to get $2 billion for a no story.
Oh, yeah,
for no storyline. So no one cares about storyline anymore. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to use all the old ones from the Bible who stole from Egypt.
But yeah, jeez. Person Rebel Moon's going to flop because people can't move on to new stuff. That
might be true.
Yeah, because you have all the Snyder people bitching and moaning about bringing back Snyder, but then you let Black Adam fail. And he already told you, we're bringing back your Superman, the Snyder Superman. So if you wanted to support the Snyderverse, then you should have supported Black Adam. But you didn't.
Problem. That's the problem. People don't want to support it anymore.
We all went to see that movie in the theaters. So, it's like, if you want to support, you should have went to the theater and watched it.
But isn't that the problem right now with DC? 400. I mean, Marvel, you can say whatever you want, DC being good, Marvel not being. Marvel supports their guys. DC doesn't seem to support.
Yeah,
they just don't.
Well, we saw that on, I know on Saturday during Chill Stream, there was one guy, Mike. What was he? Stan Shill Porter, or something like that.
Shill, yeah, he
was awesome. I forgot to shout him out because I'm like, dude, I like you, man. He was cool because he was always like shouting out like, yeah, but Marvel is good. Marvel's good. I'm like, Marvel is fun. Like it misses sometimes, but for the most part, it's fun. But people. Go support it. They're gonna keep making it, and some are gonna be good, some are gonna be bad. That's just life, man. Rebel Moon, though, I hope it does well because it looks again visually, it looks cool from all the shots and stuff like that I saw.
Yeah,
it looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it from a visual standpoint, and it'll be great in that regard.
Yeah, but
we'll see. As far as the story goes, we'll see.
Yeah. But it's on Netflix, so we don't know. Yeah. Great show, gents. Have a good night. Time to night off. All right.
Hey,
take it easy, House of Nerd.
See House of Nerd.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Hey,
House of Nerd had a. Yeah.
You guys got your chance. Watch their videos. House of Nerd, I was watching yesterday. Awesome video. Awesome. I mean, I love the way they do the comics. I'm so glad that I got to watch. I get to watch them. They got me back into doing these indie comics, reading these stories, these great storylines, giving people chances to do this, to show their stuff. So if you guys get a chance, please watch the show, subscribe. Let's get them way over where they're supposed to be. I think where they have they hit 600 yet?
I don't know. Like on Sunday they were like right there.
598 or something like that. Let's get
go
to
check
600 like tonight. So please, guys, go subscribe tonight, right now.
Yeah, they after our show, after the Morning Spike, I went over there. They were talking, and it was like artists, different comic book artists, and they were talking about different stuff. And when I jumped on, they were talking about like NFTs and the AI stuff. Great conversation if you're into stuff like that. Great conversation. I was legit enjoying it. I was holding the baby, feeding him, and listening. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, really, really great stuff over there. So make sure you go give them a follow or sub. But
yeah, they're 596. Right. Let's give them the 600, guys. So please support them.
Yeah. Been out for a month. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know.
Back on Sunday. Yeah, hopefully.
I'll be back on Sunday. All right. Guess we go. That's when we'll be watching.
Yeah.
And it's no football.
I know. I want to know how he thinks about some of these new comic books and all that stuff, like Blue Beetle, especially.
Yep, I picked up that other one too.
Yeah, I pick up both. I know he said at his comic book shop they didn't have this Spanish version. Nice, yeah. Because they have so at my comic book shop they had both the English and Spanish version. So I bought both versions of because I kept them in like the same sleeve, just one in the back, one in the front. And then if it's a cool cover art, I think number 2 had a cool variant cover, and I bought I want to buy 3 of the same comic book, one in Spanish. So which is pretty cool. Nice. I didn't even know they did that, but yeah. But yeah, go check them out, man. They deserve to be way over 600.
Yeah, I mean they are amazing. So yeah, please, guys.
Yeah, super fun. All right,
let's actually review something.
Yeah. You want to do You People? I think You People we could do pretty.
Yeah, let's do You People.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, bring this down. Yeah, I think we can keep this one fairly short, like 20 minutes, man.
If that.
People.
And also, real quick, before we get into that, thank you guys, whoever's watching our 90s show review. I did not expect it to be over 500 views. For us, that's a lot. I woke up one day, I was like, okay, because I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it. So I was like, it's probably not gonna do too well. And then like woke up, 500. Like, oh shit. Okay. So that's always a good thing. But let's get into it. Okay. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save some of that stuff. Andy.
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah,
definitely gonna show off your. That. Yeah, we're gonna show off your comments during it. All right, let's get going. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon and Brian the Grizzly. What's up?
Hey guys, like that new comedy on Netflix? Yeah, that was cool, huh?
So we have a new #1 in the US on Netflix. We watched both trailers, I think, of You People. We thought they were funny. The trailers were funny, at least. And then it just dropped over the weekend. So this was like kind of our big blockbuster movie that a lot of people are talking about. But yeah, so it's You People. Like I said, if you want to watch our trailer reactions, I'll leave it up here about that. But just in a nutshell, Jonah Hill finds a girl that he loves, winds up being Eddie Murphy's daughter, and and then he tries to ask her to marry him. A lot of racial stuff, a lot of culture stuff, a lot of generational stuff. Not as much, but yeah, I mean,
I think it was more people trying to pretend like they can hang with certain, I know all about this culture when you really don't. It wasn't just like it was. He's not just. It's not just a white person and a black person. It's a white Jewish male with a black Muslim girl, which is like
Mhm.
the extremes of each one. Like you're gonna go like extreme, like this is totally different. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's just very cringe. Everything was very like, ugh.
Very, very, very cringe humor, very uncomfortable humor.
Isn't that what Jonah Hill is? That's just what he is now, right? All his comedy is just like, ugh. Every time he does it.
I don't know, man. Julia Louis Dreyfus's character had me going like even more. Like every time her character opened her mouth, I was like, "Stop it! Stop talking!"
Yeah, like microaggression. You know, like every single time, you know, she said
I don't know,
something.
man. David Duchovny is pretty bad too. So he was saying, I was like,
yeah. So
and then
like,
Jonah Hill was trying to hang out with everybody. I was like, come on, just stop.
Yeah,
just stop talking.
real quick.
Doing damage control and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of, I think, what a lot of kids, somebody in that situation would try to do damage control, but obviously damage control doesn't work because you're trying to control something that you can't control. But real quick, David Duchovny had an ongoing joke that the first time was a little cringy. By the end of the movie, and the shit he was saying about Exhibit, it was a slow burn stupid joke that still was stupid, but by the end, I think I kind of chuckled a little bit because I'm like, oh, he's still on this, you know, because that's the only thing he knows, you know. So it was a little funny, but it started off super cringe, and then he brought it up a couple other times. But that last time he brought it up, I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. Like he's not letting it go. Like,
but everyone knows dads like that, so that I felt like they went to extremes, but it kind of is relatable. Because, you know, as I said, there's mothers that you know that just keep on going further and further, and you're like, all right, you really should stop talking. You should really just shut up. Like, don't say anything else, and they keep on going. I wanted to pretend like I was okay with it. Come on, give me an opportunity. Do you really say that out loud? Like, it's those type of things all the time. It was, but let's get to the review part.
Well, I mean, we're talking about some of the good, some of the bad stuff.
What did you feel like it was good specifically?
You want to go ahead, Brandon?
I like the casting as a whole. I liked some of the banter, some of the back and forth. You know, like I said, it was intended and designed to make you uncomfortable and cringe and stuff like that. So, mission accomplished in that regard. Also, one of my favorite things in the movie, one of my favorite comedians and actors in general, is Eddie Murphy. Think of what you will about some of the quality of his movies in like the later half of his career, but he's never put in a bad performance. So I liked him as this particular character.
Pool Nash is a terrible movie, but I still like him in it.
yeah, like Eddie himself was not the problem.
I hate Norbit, but you know what?
I hate Norbit. Yeah, I absolutely hate Norbit. But yeah, like he's always brought it when it comes to acting. You know, it was this character was a nice little change of pace. He basically played it a little straighter than usual, which is fun to watch.
Yeah. But you need a straight man. The fact that it's the funniest person on the screen makes it kind of funny because you see Eddie Murphy, you like ready to laugh, like your body's ready to laugh no matter what. So I mean, him being a straight man kind of worked. And then the idea of him being a black Muslim, it was just like, I don't know, it was too much for me.
Yeah. It did well with I think like the uncomfortableness. So like I think it was supposed to be cringy at times, and it was supposed to be uncomfortable at times. Like that's just how it was supposed to be. You know, like the whole bachelor party thing. Which they got some like pretty big names, which I'm assuming like any comedian are like, hey, you want to be in this movie with Jonah Hill? They're like, and Eddie Murphy, whatever.
They wouldn't even say Jonah Hill. They'd be like, Eddie Murphy, Deion Cole, like I'm there tomorrow. I'll drive 24 hours.
Yeah, but like obviously more like Andrew Schultz. He's a newer guy on the scene. ish.
Mhm.
He was a buddy on there. Felipe Esperanza was the cocaine guy. You know, he's a great comedian as well. So like his little friend group was really funny, you know, and like that whole scene where it was
Hey,
like, no, remember, like that was funny.
Mike Epps was great. Yeah, Cole
Mike,
being there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mike Epps was great, but there was a joke where they bring up Rick James, you know, like towards the end of the movie, and I couldn't help to think about Charlie Murphy, and I'm like, and I know I said it earlier, I'm like, I feel like Charlie Murphy would have been in this film, and Mike Epps was his brother, and Charlie Murphy 100% would have been that character, would have been Mike Epps. Like,
you hear what Eddie Murphy says? Sometimes I couldn't put Charlie Murphy in my movies because he'll steal the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just steals the show, so I can't do that all the time.
Yeah. I gotta look if they ever were, because Charlie Murphy like obviously got big because of the Chappelle Show, because of the Rick James thing.
He was always around. He was always around doing stuff with them with sketches.
Yeah, he was Charlie's bodyguard too, or Eddie's bodyguard during his stand-up days.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Yeah, but definitely I thought that was a cool little kind of connection. I don't know if it was like meant to be, but like as soon as they say Rick James and you see Eddie Murphy, for me, my mind went right to like Charlie Murphy. You know, I was like, oh man, you know, yeah,
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, you know, so that was definitely good. But yeah, there was funny parts of it, and then there were parts that like were just followed by just like cringe and uncomfortable, and they played that really well. Of like this is funny, and then you're like, no, I can't laugh at this because it's too serious, or it's getting to something like serious.
This is too much right here. I can't do this right now.
Yeah. Andrew Shaw sings around. Yeah, Charlamagne the God. Yeah,
a lot. Way too much.
Way too much. But I mean, like you said, the casting was Deion Cole was fucking hilarious in that one part.
I love Deion Cole. I've loved Deion Cole.
I got about 40 Tron suits. I watched this when I was on my lunch. And there's a part towards the end when Mike Epps' character, was it EJ? I think it was it, or DJ? So was saying how Eddie Murphy's character was dragging Jonah Hill's character. He goes, I wasn't dragging him. He goes, you were dragging him like a fat bitch with her left leg or something sleep. Oh, I had to pause it because I almost fucking choked because that shit was the funniest thing. I was like, oh.
I thought the synagogue was so cringy. It was too much.
Oh man,
the synagogue where they're like asking him about his penis and all that stuff.
Oh man.
Oh, but that's why I felt like honestly, I know we haven't gotten to the bad, but I felt like this was all improv. It was like watching an improv theater with all these great improv actors, but direction? They had no direction. It was just they were just doing stuff and they were just playing off each other like a script.
Pretty much.
We're like, script, throw this out the way. We're just gonna do it. And a lot of it felt that way. It just felt like they're just kind of saying things, and the next person would play off that, and they probably didn't break character because that's what they're good at. All of them are great improv actors, professional actors, and that's how I felt. I felt that we were just really wandering, seeing them during a time period in their life, because there was no direction. There was no like, we got to get to this point A and point B. We just know we need to get to point B, and how we get there, we just kind of wander through the woods and say what the hell comes to our mind, and let's go. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
They're like, why waste money on the script? Let's just go on shit on set. And
we already have genius playing. Yeah. Any other good stuff that like pops out?
I'd say that's pretty much it as far as I know.
It ended.
Yeah. Well, real quick, like, was anybody else surprised that Rhea Perlman is still alive? I'm like, oh shit, okay. I like her. She's funny, Cheers and all that. But I was like, oh damn, when was the last time she was in anything?
If it was around, then Rhea Perlman has to be around, right?
That's true, Danny DeVito. Yeah,
that's just what it is. They're a package deal.
yeah, it's true. But she just hasn't been in anything in a long time. I was like, and she was funny. She was funny. So, But yeah, man. So what about some of the bad stuff? What you guys didn't like about this one?
I think that for its premise and with kind of like microaggressions and I guess kind of thinly veiled racism, or not racism, but
Prejudice
you know,
or prejudice is what I would call
prejudices. Yeah, exactly. And following these stereotypes, I think it could have ran a little bit more with that premise than it did.
Yeah, one line.
Yeah, considering the plot of the movie, it did do a pretty good amount, but it could have done more with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
it needed more direction. I feel like
it needed more direction and a little more of an ultimate goal. There was a lot of wiggle room to talk about like microaggressions like that with a multitude of ages.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately they didn't. I understand why. It was just contained in this one with I don't know. They could have done more with it.
I agree. No, I hear exactly what you're saying. I feel like they should have done. When you're doing a subject like that, sometimes you need to get to a conflict resolution where everyone lays that card on the table and we talk about this stuff straight up. And you could do that with type of intelligent actors or intelligent comedians can talk about those things and kind of lay their cards on the table so we get to a resolution and we get to us getting to the wedding and whatever, doing all the stuff. But I feel like they missed out on that.
Absolutely.
It was opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities there, and you have the right type of person. Eddie Murphy is the right type of person to do that, to lay the cards on the table and let's do this. Let's talk about this in maybe a Dave Chappelle type of way and be very honest, open and honest. You shouldn't be doing this. I probably should have done this. Jonah Hill finally could be honest about what he's feeling about. Why are you throwing me under the bus? Let me be who I am. Like those type of a real conversation, a real type of resolution, and you didn't get that there, and even the ending wasn't really believable to me, but it is what it is,
Yeah. I mean, because like it all builds up to that, and it all builds up to I think what we all knew it was that the family, both families, were going to ruin their love. Was going to be the problem that why they couldn't be together. And what got me was like I think they were smart enough and respected each other enough and loved each other enough to understand that like I know what I'm going through with your family, and I know what you're going through with my family. Maybe this isn't what should be. And I kind of like, I think that was like obvious, with it coming, but the confrontations they were good, but I feel like they just scratched the surface. Like you guys said, like when Jonah Hill approached Eddie Murphy and he was saying like, why are you doing all this? I was like, okay, that was a good start. But then it never dove into it. Same thing with Lauren London and Dreyfus's character. It's like there was a lot of microaggressions, a lot of issues in there.
Totally.
And it just started scratching the surface when she confronted her. And then it just ended. They're like, I'm sorry.
No, let's have a conversation. When it's a funny movie, you should have a conversation to get to a result, something.
Yeah.
It could be a 2-minute conversation just so you can understand where the other person is coming from.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of did it. I just feel it was everything was like the ending. Like, I feel like they were digging deep with some of the other stuff. And then the resolution was just so superficial. Like, I feel like, they went with the storybook ending, but the rest of the story wasn't like a fairy tale. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of issues, a lot of things that everyone had amongst each other and towards each other and stuff like that it deserved a better resolution rather than I'm sorry, I forgive you. Okay, now let's go get married. It was just like no, that was like there's some shit that was said and done to each other.
We need to dig under this because we got to figure out a resolution, or this is not going to work because I'm going to see you at Christmas and I'm going to hit you in the face.
Like Dreyfus, being that shit doesn't go away with just saying sorry. I understand. It's like no. Yeah. That's who you are, man. Like you either need to realize that, or like some counseling or something. It's like if this is the stuff that you think and say, then that they would do it. It's a deeper thing than like I see my problems. I'm sorry, And the same thing with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was damn near killed Jonah Hill going to that barber shop. It was like, what? Like, and the basketball court. Luckily, I thought that basketball court scene was a pretty good one because Jonah Hill, like, unbelievably, in real life, can play basketball.
Well, that's just like Adam Sandler in the longest mile, like the longest yard. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, but he wouldn't
have made it on. He wouldn't have made it on my team. Now I was like, no, y'all can have him.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously they did that for, it was a cool scene, but unbelievable, a little unrealistic, but yeah, man, like you said, the issues weren't resolved completely. I feel like it was just like
swept under the rug, like let's all have kumbaya moment instead of let's talk about any of these problems that we're having. So we don't have to
very quick wrap up, right? Like
look, guys, Netflix has $5 million. That means 7 more minutes of camera time. So we gotta wrap them all up. Let's get it on. Let's go.
Yeah. I think I saw somebody say like it's trying to like repair the car, and all you got is a roll of duct tape. It's like it might hold a bumper or two, but like there's problems that like that are still gonna happen. And Andy said we didn't need to see their entire relationship. Should have taken place over a shorter time. Yeah,
I agree.
Like, we get it. They fell in love, and they like,
or a destination wedding, and then all these problems come up during the week.
I mean, you already went tropey with everything else. Like the story. That was one bad thing about the story. As soon as it started, you knew all the beats. You knew this was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen. You didn't know the details, but you knew what was going to happen and how it was going to end.
Well, that's probably why they went so less direction and just kind of followed the actors, because you knew the story. Yeah, you knew what the story. So you have to get some improv just to get some people to really enjoy the journey. Because if you can't write anything into something, that you know what's happening, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's hard to write that into it. So
yeah. And then here's Andy got a few other things. He said You People was a little off in pacing. Yeah, because there's flash forward montages and then parts where you're stuck at the dinner table for way too long.
But isn't that what it is, though? I mean, once again, improv, no direction. They didn't know when to put things in. They kind of slid it in. They're like, oh, this could go right about here. All right, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. And then he said, I don't like the stressful situation comedy genre, but the ones that really work when the pacing is faster and with quick changes, more like a sketch show. Yeah, which like Brian said, you said that's what they were trying to go for, but I think it should have been done quicker and then focus more on the resolutions at the end. Exactly. On the problem. You built the problem. Now you need to fix the problem, but you spent an hour and something building the problem, and then it was fixed in what was it, like less than 10 minutes?
It was like 8 minutes, and we're solved. It's all everything's good. It's not about us.
Yeah. So it was resolved by having both of their people for the marriage kind of thing. Like, hey, we're good. It was like, no,
that's not how it works.
That doesn't get fixed that quick.
And guess what? That means the marriage is not on his last leg already at the beginning.
Yeah. Like they already broke up because of you guys. Like,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy looks incredible. Yeah, he really did. He looks like he's in his 40s, but he's reserved like a 61-year-old.
I don't know, man. This is what we do.
Pretty good,
right? Right. You give me that. Tap me up. Right. Almost.
Almost.
There we go. There it is. There we go.
It's like way too long.
That took way too long, right?
It's way more quick. Oh man, that's all right.
That's good. I like that.
It fits perfect with this movie. This review.
It just takes too long to do one thing. Is that Murphy and Louis Dreyfus played their roles too well? They kind of did. Yeah. I wish Murphy had the chance to show some real subtle humor before or after the obligatory resolution. Yeah, but they apologize and make amends. Yeah, this is exactly what we're saying. You know, yeah.
That's exactly right. It was like what he said. Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. And he goes, "Was it a comedy?" That's a good question.
Yes, it's a new age comedy. It's very much down the feeling of Dave Chappelle's real life stuff. Very cringy comedy, talking about everybody. Pointing it's Chappelle's show type of stuff. I'm gonna point at everyone's problems. Everyone has these problems, and you want to understand that we all victim to some of this stuff and having their own prejudices. Everyone has them, and if you don't acknowledge them, it becomes a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw it like at first as a rom-com, and then it kind of transformed into like a I don't say like I don't know, like a skip, but also it was more like then it became like a racial comedy, you know, where there a lot of stuff like that. It was a comedy, but I feel like it was stuck in between, and like skit wise as well. It was stuck in between a few genres, you know, which when you do something like this, I think it's makes a little bit sense why it would be hard to put it down as like it's not really a rom-com. It touches on some of this. There's sketch. There's that. I don't know, but I mean overall it was fairly funny. So I'll give it comedy. And then he said, "What girl would be fine with getting married in those clothes she wore to the mall?"
Wait a minute. Not just what girl. What black girl do you know that's gonna go like, "Oh yeah, I'll go get married in this"? Nah, bro. My wife would be like, "No, we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna find something. We're not gonna just. No, we're not just gonna do whatever." In these clothes, the mall clothes.
Well, it also felt very offbeat from Eddie Murphy's character, like how he was. It would be like, I feel like his character would have been like, and open the door and it's like, here, you got to put this on real quick. You know, it's like that would have been more realistic. You know, like
I planned for this anyway. This is all part of my plan. Here we go. Bam.
Yeah, I made this for you or got this for you. But yeah. All right. All right, let's do our ratings on it. Where we at? There we go. Let's see, we got so over here at the Spoiler Kings, we do things a little bit different. We don't rank them 1 through 10, no 5 stars, no letter grades. That's a little too much. Keep it nice and simple. Now, later, never. Now means you gotta check it out right now. It is life-changing. You have to check it out. Later means you can wait till you're doing the dishes, throw it on in the background. And never means do not watch it, do not kill any brain cells. With that being said, Brandon, what you giving you people?
Very I'm kind of torn. I'm going to give this a later. I don't think it's necessarily anything that must be rushed out to be watched. It was an entertaining enough time, but it wasn't anything like mind blowing enough that I can in good conscience give it a now. I got to give it a later. It was decent enough, and really that's it. It didn't really run with its potential premise like it could have, but you know, it was well acted. A lot of the supporting characters, particularly Eddie Murphy, were great. It was, but yeah, I'd say later.
Okay, Brian.
Great characters. Feel like they should have been better explored. Should have had better resolution. Made more sense. But you know, it's Eddie Murphy, dude. You know, so it's like that's what boosted it up. I'm gonna give it a later, but it's almost a now, just because I like to see Eddie Murphy. Like I was excited, like on a Friday, I was like, I'm not going out. I'm definitely gonna watch this movie. You know, like you people's, well, I'm definitely watching it. You know, it was on that level. And after watching it, I say, you know, you definitely want to see it. You just don't have to watch it right now. You know, watch it before Ant-Man comes out, though.
Yeah. Well, it's on Netflix, so Netflix only pushes things for like a week, maybe 2, and then on to the next.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm right there with you guys. Later, I think is good. I was hoping this would have been a now. I think it from the trailers, it looked like it was going to be a now. But it was still fun. I didn't hate it by any means. It was definitely a fun movie, definitely worth watching, I think. But there's issues with it, pacing, some of the cringe, but great actors all around. A lot of them weren't used enough. Nia Long was in one scene.
I know. What
scene.
the hell, dude?
Nia Long.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Same with David Duchovny. He really had like a couple scenes. He was used as much as Nia Long was used. Like
it's Nia Long, guys.
Yeah,
Nia Long. She still look fine. Still fine. Come on, man.
Sure does.
Yeah. So but it was a fun movie. Worth a watch. You don't need to go and watch it. A weekend. Friday night, Saturday night. You got nothing else to do. You need to throw something on Netflix. I think it's worth.
It's a perfect Netflix and chill movie. That's what it is.
It really is.
That's perfect for it.
Yeah. And then on Rotten Tomatoes, let me pull up real quick. So on Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a 45. So that is technically rotten. That's not a good score. And then the audience gave it a 41.
Whoa.
So yeah, everyone's right there, man. Right there in the same kind of.
People don't like touchy situations, and no one believes Jonah Hill will ever be able to pull Lauren London. I don't care how many kids she had out. No one in the world believes that's going to happen. No one. I mean, not his own mama will believe that.
Well, that's why he does the Adam Sandler rule. He's like, and I'm going to get the hottest chick to be my wife in every single movie. It's like, yeah, you wish, man. But then and also Andy Bush gave it a later. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe for this one. And then we got Tony coming in. How was Jonah Hill? I thought he was good.
He was skinny.
And he had a weird haircut.
He looked like fat Aaron Rodgers. But catalytic converter, like he's still in catalytic converter. That's what he looked like.
What did they call him in one scene? They said something about him that was really funny. I think it was Mike Epps. He's like, "Oh, you look like an American Express just standing there with that slick back hair and shit." And like Laura London's character, that's her uncle, and she's like, "Oh, don't give him any money." And as soon as she walks away, he is like, "Hey, let me borrow $150." So like it was funny, man. But he had this weird blondish, and it was slick back, and it didn't look good.
You all right, B?
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm about to go to bed soon.
Yeah, we got you, man.
We'll finish this one up. They've been filming an Eddie Murphy documentary for three years. Damn. Also, he was going to drop a new special. Oh, if he drops a new special, that will literally break the internet.
Oh,
it'll probably be now.
Yeah. And you know what? It takes 3 years to go through all of his kids. So that's just kind of, he's the first Nick Cannon, guys. You don't know this.
Yeah.
He's the OG Nick Cannon. I hope the people don't hate me for that.
No, I think so. I mean, what's his name said something similar when he gave him an award on national TV. So.
I wish we could end this episode with just talk about what Eddie Murphy said about during that award show. The 3 things you need in acting to be successful in acting.
Well, go ahead. We'll finish it with that. What was Eddie Murphy's 3?
All I remember is the last one. Whatever you do in acting, keep Will Smith's name out of your mouth. If you do that, you can be successful. I thought that was awesome. And only Eddie Murphy could say that because no one else is going to say anything about it.
Will wouldn't have stormed up and slapped him.
Eddie Murphy would have gave him the hands. Yeah, Charlie Murphy's ghost would have came and gave him the hands. Charlie Murphy's ghost would have came and gave him the hands easily. So
this is his quote. This is what he said. It's very simple. Just do 3 things: pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife out of your effing mouth.
That's how you do. That's how you're successful right there. Movie business, guys. There it is.
Yeah.
Secret of life.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
If he drops a new special, that'd be epic. Yeah, the blueprint to success. That's what it's named. So, but yeah, I think we'll end that one there. With all that. But if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. But if you're watching on replay, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for checking out our review and our thoughts on You People. We want to hear what you guys think about this movie. Leave a comment, let us know, and we love to chit chat about it. If there's like some Easter eggs we might have missed, some other cool stuff we might have missed, please leave it in the comments. I love that kind of stuff. But make sure you hit that sub button. We're on our way to 1,000, so everybody helps, and you get to know when we are live, so you can be part of the show. And yeah, hit that like button as well. But we are out of here. We want to say appreciate everyone for being here in the live chat and for checking us out. But that is it for this one. We will see you guys later for another review. But later.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. Gentlemen,
You out of here?
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, because I was like, I know you're gonna miss The Last of Us again.
Yeah, which I hate, but I'm like nodding off.
No, you have to do it. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
We spent way too much time in the beginning.
Yeah,
I know. I was looking at it like, are we on an hour, guys? Does anyone else see this?
Yeah, but people, I think viewers like when we go off the rails about shit like that.
Because
I like going off the rails.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Now, so Andy, we're sticking around. We're gonna talk about.
We're gonna do Last of Us because we need to get that video out. Because every time we do a video at Last of Us, it's good. So,
and, I love this out.
And I will be present for the next Last of Us one.
Yeah.
Hey,
hopefully.
You been working hard, so I appreciate you even jumping in. He's been working very hard, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
He's at this new job, and I appreciate him even jumping in with us right now.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll see you guys Thursday too.
All right, man.
All right.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Later. And then there was one other thing I starred and I forgot, and when I get back to it, Perp. Interstellar was kind of a miss for me.
I thought it was the biggest home runs. Dude, I love Interstellar. I love it so much. Oh my god.
I love it so much.
I love it just
fun of me.
Not just Inception. Like I love Inception. Don't get me wrong. Interstellar is so good. Oh my god! Come on, man.
The soundtrack, the special effects. I mean that movie helped real life scientists learn about black holes. Come on. You know, like it's so cool. Oh, you're not caught up on The Last of Us? Oh, dude. I don't want to spoil it. I might give you high expectations, but this episode, for me, one of the best things I've seen on TV in a long time. It was so fucking good for me.
I cannot wait to talk about this with you.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'm going to say I cannot wait to talk about this with you.
But yeah, Andy, we get it. But when you get caught up, go watch our edited version of just The Last of Us. Because obviously we cut it up, stuff like that. But cool. You just want to jump right into
most definitely. I can't wait to talk about this. It's surprised the hell out of me.
All right.
Surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly. What is up, man?
What's going on, man? I can't believe we finally got to that Sunday night. I was like,
I know,
counting the moments. I'm like, all right, is it out yet? No, okay, it's not.
I know, like itching to watch it.
So it was out, right, guys?
I know, yeah. Oh man. Let's see if I can find it on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about The Last of Us episode 3, which just came out the other day, or actually last night. Last night. It right off the bat, so far, all 3 episodes, this reminds me of what old school HBO was. Like shit not made for the kids. Like this is the HBO shows were always things I was put to bed when I was a kid, and my parents would watch out in the living room. Like that's what HBO is, And I feel like this show is something like that. You get the kids to bed, and then it's time for adult TV time.
Let's go.
Grown up time, exactly. So Yeah, definitely. And then Knox come in. I haven't seen this messed or I haven't been this messed up over an elderly couple since Carl and Ellie from Up.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I was telling my wife, I looked at her, I was like, man, I haven't done anything like this since Up, man. It's crazy.
I am not okay after this episode. You are not alone. You are not alone. Oh man. I love Nick Offerman. Love Nick Offerman. He is, and then him being probably the most manliest man you will ever see. You know, like he builds shit. Like his character on Parks and Rec is probably him in real life, minus the crazy conspiracy part of it. You know, but and him, probably one of the best things he's done in his career.
It was so weird for me. So I'm watching it, and my wife was like,
yeah.
Oh, Annie, yeah.
Annie working. So she's played tests, voice test, play test. She had died today. I saw it and I don't know why. She was young. So yeah, definitely rest in peace.
I have no idea exactly what happened exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, she was really young. 45.
Wow. That's the
45,
worst.
man. Yeah.
That is the worst.
Died of cancer. Oh.
But once again, I mean, that's the worst disease of all time. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah, cancer sucks, man. That sucks. That really does suck, man. I didn't know it was cancer. 45. She was so young.
Yeah, there's a moment of silence for her. That's hard. I'm just hate that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on talk about this episode. So The Last of Us, playing the game, I don't remember anything about Frank from the game. In my mind, I feel like Frank was always dead when you met Bill. I feel like I don't remember knowing anything about Frank. And and I wish that's why I wish Brandon was here, because I was gonna ask him that, because I don't remember it.
It's so long ago. I even asked my girlfriend, who I don't know if she played it, but I know she watched a bunch of like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and stuff. Like they did their playthroughs and she watched it. And even she was like, I don't remember, because it was so long ago. You kind of forget.
I know they weren't in a relationship. I know there was just always Bill and his friend Frank, and Frank was dead by the time you met Bill. That's why I remember. That's I mean, it was that small of a part, and they elaborated so much on it, and even the story I loved. I mean, he literally, like, the way their relationship developed was amazing. I was not in the mind frame of thinking that this is what I was going to get this episode. Really, I had no idea what I was going to get, and it's some things for me, were like, okay, that's weird. It's almost uncomfortable, because I didn't expect to see this much. Understanding the love really was meant to happen. It was important, and by the time they aged the 15 years, by the time the fight with the guns were coming out and they're the shooting, he got shot. Well, Bill got shot, and Frank saved him. And Bill, it was funny because earlier in the episode, Bill was saying, "I'm sorry, I'm getting so old, Frank. I'm sorry, I'm getting older than you." And then the next time you see them again, you see that it's Frank that's the one that got sick, and Bill is still taking care of him. And though he's older, he's still doing everything for him, and he's softened up in his age. And it's obvious that Frank made Bill better. And I was telling my wife, when he was talking about the whole suicide pact thing, he was like, let's get married. Take me to the boutique, have one great day. Let's get married. Let's do that. I looked at her, I said, there's no way that I can do that. They're going to go together. They're going to go together. There's no doubt in my mind they're going to go. And she was like, no, he's not going. I would never let you do this. I would never. I was like, this is what their life has been. Literally, Bill's life was over.
Yeah.
He gave up on humanity. But for 4 years, he was alone before Frank came. I mean, his life was over pretty much. And Frank saved his life. And the only reason he was doing it was because of Frank. And I thought that was so awesome. And then I understood exactly. I was like, yeah, he's taking the drugs too. They're going to sleep together.
I know, because like not only, well, I guess a spoiler if you already seen the episode or not. Because when he was asking him, he goes, this, and he was telling him the plan. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. You're gonna, crush the drugs, and I'm gonna have the wine, and then I'm gonna fall asleep in your arms. And then I'm like, you need to finish that story, and then you wake up and you got to deal with me dead, and you got to bury me, and now you got to live the rest of your life without me. I was like, that's asking. That's
the most traumatic.
That's
thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like your end is gonna be this nice fairy tale ending where you get to spend your last day with the person you love, die in their arms in sleep,
and then I got put it all together and stay here.
Yeah.
And deal with
now you got to finish that story. Like, I got to wake up and I got to deal with it. I got to bury you. I got to do this. That's asking for a lot, And I get it, and then I knew that too. I'm like, he's going out with him, Romeo and Juliet style, all that whatever kind of stuff. Like it makes sense, And I wonder, I'm like, do you really kill off Bill? But do you really kill off Nick Offerman? I'm like, he's a big actor.
That was the perfect way to do it, because the story is one of those things. You will never forget that story again.
Yeah.
When you talk about The Last of Us, we're going to talk about the entire season.
Yeah.
This story will stand out. Normally, I hate when you go off of these B characters and off the main path, and it's nothing to do with the story, and it had everything to do with everything, and that love was serious, and I felt for it. Like, they did enough. I mean, some of the stuff I was like, oh, is that really necessary? Come on. I think it's because I'm just a guy. Is that all this necessary? But at the end, I was like, no, was totally necessary for me to understand where this love really came from, where it went, how deep it was.
Yeah.
I understand how important they were to each other.
Yeah. How, like, so right off the bat, I was very skeptical about it. That's just me being jaded because of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones just completely messed up my whole perception of like TV. Like, no one does nice shit. Like, everyone does something for something. And when you find out that they're both gay, and then it
was even weird. So yes, Frank was gay. Bill had never been with a guy.
See, but I thought, because how I think of TV was, especially in a post-apocalyptic world, Frank isn't gay. He's doing this just to live. He's like, oh, this person has everything I need to live the rest of my life in safety. Okay, whatever. Like, I'll pretend to be gay. And I thought that was going to be an issue where, like, I guess they were going to, like, something was going to happen, and then he's going to, like, I can't do it. I'm not into men. And then, like, it would set Bill off and make Bill go crazy. Instead, we got a happy love story, and it was so damn good. And I hate that people on the internet, because obviously I watch what other people are saying and how upset people are. Not only just like there's the whole like them being gay, but it's it doesn't have anything to do with the story and blah blah. I'm like, if you don't know what this has to do with the story, then you're missing the point of it. Because like all this big love story in the middle of like everyone dying, of like humanity is still important to have while everyone is killing each other. There's that part, but then there's also parts like this love for each other is getting pushed onto Joel.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So that note for Joel, because like he knew only Joel would be the one to get there.
Yeah.
And the fact that in that note when he had take care of Tess.
Yeah.
That's going to really affect him, and he's going to have to put that love onto something. That love that got ignited again is going to put on to something, and that's what Ellie's going to be there, and that's all this is going to matter more. But you needed that love to something that for him to understand to ignite that.
Yeah, because like they, even after Bill not wanting to trust Joel and Tess, they wind up trusting Joel and Tess. The letter was so great, and everything was like telling him we're protectors, we're that. I was like, oh, this is about her. It's about her. And then he throws in the Tess, because obviously it would be about Tess and not a little girl that Bill doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
We as the viewers know, like this is the kind of people we are. We're protectors. This is, we protect. We
this is our
do
job.
everything we do.
And not just this, but it's also Joel realizing, so his first love is his daughter. Number one, number uno. She's this first love, and he will never get over that, right?
Yeah.
He
still wears the watch.
He couldn't, but he couldn't get over that enough to even accept Tess as that much. He knew they were together, but they never did accept her to that point.
Yeah.
And now he feels like he failed again. He failed as a father. He failed as a partner. And he said, I'm not going to fail this little girl. And that's what's going to happen. And that's why the story was so important. You know, from a small part, because I promise you, I have to read some of the comments, but I feel like Frank was never around. Like he was always dead. Like he was. There was just a story, a backstory
in the video game.
In the video game, and they took it and they ran with it, and it made so much sense. And I love what they did.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we'll get into some of the comments. So Knox said Frank from the video game hated Bill and wanted to get away from him. You learned this from a note. It's implied Frank and Bill were lovers, but it was a blink and you miss it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of that in games. You know, like one-liners and stuff like that. But that's interesting. Yeah. Then Knox also said I was on guard with Frank. Yeah, knowing he didn't like him in the game. Yeah, so I was waiting for Frank to betray Bill and abandon him. I was not ready for this love story. Yeah. You know, and it's same man, exactly the same. I was waiting for Frank to somehow not betray Bill, but just like
I thought you take the car and take the guns and drive off and not just leave him, but leaves him heartbroken.
Yes. You know, and I was
and jaded. You know, heartbroken and jaded.
Yeah, I was waiting for something like that, but. Yeah.
Hey Knox, this is a cold line right here. Just letting you know.
Yeah, Bill knew how to survive, but Frank knew how to live. Yeah. And
if I had an extra mic, I would drop the mic for you.
I know. I need to make a clip of that. Hold on. I got the perfect clip for it though. That and then that's kind of.
That was it. That was their love, and having that love during the 20 years of all this stuff. We know what happened because Joel told us exactly what was happening, how fast everything happened. You know, he tells us, shares what's going on, how fast it happened, and then in a blink of an eye, everyone was dead.
Yeah,
and of course, Bill didn't have to worry about because he grew his own food, he made his own steaks. He did all that stuff, so he's the perfect person to survive.
Yeah.
So I just I love this story. I thought it was so good. I remind me of Up. I was like, man, come on, man, man, don't do this to me. Not a month too late. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm more on that like survivor part of like how Bill is, because when Frank was like, oh, let me paint the house, let me paint this, I'm like, no, like if you paint it, it looks new and you're telling people are here, like you don't want to put that target on you. You're like,
he already has a gate.
Yeah,
but they gave him the barbed wire and a mountain of cars and all that stuff. They kind of knew they're there.
But that could have been from years ago. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Bill was, like you said, a survivor, and I feel like making things new and like having a gate, but all this nice pretty stuff inside the gate, you're just asking for it. But like you said, but Frank knew how to live. Frank is like, listen, man, like we're still humans, we're still people, we still have emotions. Like we want to go shopping, we want to have nice stuff because we can have nice stuff. Like he said something along that line, and I was like, yeah,
I'm gonna go to the boutique. We're going to have dinner parties because we're going to have friends. He was like, what friends? What are you talking about? It's a freaking zombie apocalypse out here. He was like, man, we're going to have friends, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something that my wife would have said, look, it's happening.
And it wasn't because they were sick of each other. I was afraid that something like that it wasn't because Frank was sick of seeing Bill all the time. They liked being with each other all the time, which is like, that's not love.
That's a good relationship. A relationship, you get tired of that person sometimes, and you whatever. Like you can be mad. Me and my wife, I tell her, we yell at each other, and we totally pissed off with each other, and then I'm gonna sit there on my couch in the bedroom, and she's gonna sit on the bedroom in the bed, and we're gonna watch a movie pissed off at each other. I mean, you know what I mean? Just because you're pissed off with someone doesn't mean you don't want to be around them. You're just pissed off at them, and that's what love is, and seeing that in this type of form, especially unexpected, was nice. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was, and people are saying like how it wasn't a good episode because it had nothing to do with the story. It wasn't like the video game. I'm like, listen, I don't want it to be like the video game. If you want the video game, go play the fucking video game. Like, I want to see a TV show.
I think the guy said, the director said, he's like, look, if the game has something that's specific about it, then we're gonna keep that specific about it. But if it has nothing about it at all, we're gonna make a show.
Yeah.
And so if it has no storyline, then we're going to do that story, and we're going to make a storyline out of nothing. Just like it was the U.S. government that was the one chasing Tess. That was but the zombies made more sense, so they took liberties for that. Just made more sense. So I have no problem with them doing that.
Yeah. Same. It was that funny scene. He goes, oh, you were always like crazy or whatever he told Bill, what Frank told Bill, and he's like, he goes, oh, that when you thought the government was all Nazis, he's like, there's the government are Nazis.
He's like, well, they are now, but they weren't then.
That was, because that's like that's legit like relationship arguments of like just like random shit. It was both of those characters. I don't know who played Frank. I gotta look up that actor, but obviously Bill as Nick Offerman. Murray Bartlett. I don't know what else he's been in. He looked familiar.
I don't know what else he's been in, but what I thought that was really interesting is that we know Nick Offerman's been married for like 20 years.
Yeah, he's with
I don't know why I'm blanking.
What's her name?
The one that he was in the show with.
He was in Parks and Rec. It was one of his ex-wives in Parks and Rec.
That was his real wife for like for 20 years, and they've been together for forever. So the fact that he was able to do such a believable job and give,
Megan Mullally, whatever her name is. Yeah, she's hilarious. They're both hilarious. Oh god, them together on screen are just fun.
Nick Offerman was able to be believable with Murray Bartlett. Like they had that connection. You understood that this is a believable character, and I give him props for that. And some of the stuff I was like, this is too much for me. It's too much for me. It's too much, but I understood the love. I totally, and he did that. So I give him props for that. I mean, that's really good. I mean, I know he's really big in the LGBTQ. He's very big supporter and all that stuff. But music communities want you want to be represented by someone who you are. But I don't hear a lot of rage about it because he's done such a good job with it, and he is very big supporter of it, of the movement. And I don't know, it's just great. It was just a great story. I can't say it more than that. Any more emphatic than that. Just it really moved me, and it moved my wife, and she was in tears, and I was like, I'm not crying, you crying. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was honestly one of the greatest love stories on TV in a long time, man. Like, I think I was watching John Campea, and even John Campea, he says some out of pocket stuff sometimes, but yeah, he's entertaining. He said, he goes, that's it, give this show every award ever. I was like, yes. Yes. It was like, because it's already 3 episodes in and we're so good, and if you're crying now, oh man,
just wait.
Just wait. And then Knox said, illness aside, Frank and Bill really had the best life you could have in this kind of world. Yeah.
Hot
they
water,
had
hot showers.
Food. Yeah. Even you saw how Ellie was all excited. He goes, oh, they got hot water? Because we're taking a shower.
He said, no, you're definitely taking a shower, Joel.
And they grew old with their spouse and died peacefully in their arms. Yeah. Had good food, security, safety. They had each other, so yeah, it was.
What can you ask in a post-apocalyptic? Post-apocalyptic. What can you ask for?
Yeah. As long as the changes are well written, I don't see the problem. People need to relax. 100%. People need to relax. You know, this doesn't change the story of the main story
of anything. It doesn't change anything because, as you said,
Yeah.
it was just like a floating line, like one little thing that happened in one
Yeah.
scene, and they made it into this huge, beautiful story.
Yeah. It's not. This episode wasn't a filler. I want to say like it wasn't a filler because like the beginning was kind of important where Joel and Ellie talk and they talk about like how it all started, blah blah blah, and then obviously the ending. You know, they have a car and all that stuff is cool. But the middle is like, yeah, there's this really good love story, but it meant something to Joel as a character, you know, on who he needs to be because of who he is, you know, and he might have forgot that. And I think that one letter reminded him, you know, because we saw the impact of that letter on Joel because Joel knew their relationship, and so we had to know their relationship, so we knew the impact that it had on Joel. You know, so also, it was almost a filler, but not really.
This was the right way to do time jumps. Two characters you can understand, and we got the whole understanding of these 20 years in this one episode. That's why I thought this episode was important, or because we understand what happened in these 20 years, exactly how you saw the people, saw the skeletons and the girl in the dress, and you can go back in time and see. They just drove him off the road and killed everybody, and just dumped him off the road. Because if you had nowhere to put him, killed him. And that's what they did. And it's almost like it shows how smart Bill was, and then how Bill created all this stuff. And then you see the time lapses. And when did people start raiding other places? And all that mattered in the story. It tells you the world. It built the world with one story. And I thought that was really good.
That's good. You know, because it did build the world. You know, because like I think, like, and you saw Joel too, where Joel was like, you know, when they met Bill, it's like, oh, I get why you have a gun pointing at me nonstop. You know,
but
he's like,
no problem.
At one point he's like, I put it away.
In my face,
yeah, you know, and I think he was trying to, and Joel still being a good guy, you know, saw that Bill was a good guy, but he had a obviously, you know, metaphorical and physical wall surrounding him, you know, so, you know, and he was like, had to tell me, you know, like, listen, man, you know, we're not all bad, you know, considering what's going on, we don't all suck. And he tried telling him, he goes, listen, that fence is going to go around. You're going to get raiders, you know, and it told you, it flat out told you where it was going to go, and you're waiting for the raiders, and it still hit you, you know? So, but like you said, the time jumps were so good. So good. You know, they made sense. You didn't need to sit around for 20 years and explain all 20 years. Like, you know, this happened, then this happened, then this happened, and this is how it ended.
My only question for Bill was, why didn't he have a bulletproof vest? Did everything else?
Why was he standing in the middle of the street?
Like, you didn't want to be covered, have a little bulletproof vest on, and be uncovered, and he said, as long as you keep the gas on, it'll keep them, you know, from getting in here. So if you knew that, why the hell were you out there just having target practice?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
That is the one bad thing I hated about this episode was he's in the middle of the street shooting with a sniper-ish kind of rifle, and it had a nice little scope on it. I was like, you're telling me you don't have a spot up in your roof that you made a little spot where you have a full 360 around everything, and you can just pop them off,
and you don't have to put yourself at risk at all.
Stand in the middle of the street in white when it rains.
Come on, man.
But the issue was like, so he's doing his thing, right? And he's doing it pretty well in the middle of the street, killing bad guys. And then Frank comes out. He's like, Bill. And then he turns around and gets shot. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you told him, like, hey, look at me. He was like, look, turn around. And I was like, dude, of course he's going to get shot.
You know what I thought? Honestly, my wife's not watching it. I thought that's what she would do to me. I'm killing people. I'm doing all the stuff I'm going on. And she's going to call me like, Brian, stop. What?
Yeah.
I was doing just fine before you started calling me. I had to stop doing what I'm doing. Look at you, because if I didn't, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I watched it with my girlfriend. And I brought that up. I was like, I'll get to you when I'm done. I already told her. I was like, you're there. I know you're there. That's why I'm doing the thing I'm doing. Let me do it. And then
Frank would just set his butt. He told, get back there, and he would listen. We wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, he's like, hey, just kept Bill. And finally, Bill turned around, bam, gets shot. I was like, but it's your fault, Frank. What the hell? But yeah, no, I mean, but that's just kind of like TV logic. So
that's marriage logic. What are you talking about?
Knox said, I also love the scene where they had a meal with Tess and Joel, and then Bill and Joel mirrored each other, made me laugh so much. Bill really had a gun on the table the whole time. Yeah, because that was Joel, because that's what the letter was about. We're the same. We're protectors. We're people who survive and want to protect the people we love, and it told you before the letter was even made, that they're the same.
It was funny though when Ellie was like, "Hey, so what's that thing on your cheek?" He said, "Someone shot at me." So, oh really? You survived? He was like, "Yeah, I survived." And I shot at him. Did you hit him? No. Neither one of us hit. That happens a lot around here. He was like, "Man, you guys really learn to shoot." I thought that was a cool thing.
A good one.
Nick Offerman.
And then he really did. First thing got me was Bill's vulnerability when he was intimate with Frank, not only as barely as humankind, but he wasn't free to be queer as well.
That's huge.
Kind of a double whammy, like a survivalist he called himself, or like a doom prepper.
Yeah.
Kind of has like very much like him, a safety place, all that stuff, doesn't really have a lot of people around him, or very small amount of people, but yeah, man, it was so good. Nick Offerman, that's why I'm like, they're not gonna kill Nick Offerman off in the same episode. They did, and it was great. It was great, because I'm like, you don't get Nick Offerman to be in a TV show and then get rid of him that quick.
And then one thing I gotta say, when Frank said, "I don't think I approve of this whole idea of you taking this poison with me," I'm like, really?
He goes, but objectively, it's the most super romantic. I was laughed.
I was like, that is such that's a marriage. That's a long relationship with someone that you know inside and out. You really do know, and like. It's like, I don't really approve of this. Of course you're going to say that, because it's okay for me to kill myself, but for you to go, this is terrible.
Yeah, I don't want you to die.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. But that was really good. Yeah, the whole thing, man. The whole thing. And I liked even how it ended, with the window open and it pulling back. So you see Ellie and Joel drive off in the truck. And it cuts back into their room where they're in because the window's open.
I was afraid they're going to show them. And I actually told the girls to get out, because the girls jumped in my room. I was like, get out, hurry up, what's wrong with you?
Go see dead people. No, I don't. I was, for a second I was, but I'm like, no, they're not, because you that would have ruined the story. Their love story is seeing the two dead half skeletons.
I don't know, because it only been a couple of months. It could have been just them holding each other.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean,
and gone.
Yeah, it would have been skeletons, but it would have been a mess.
Yeah,
it would have been a mess. But no, I thought that. But the song, so well shot, and just pulls in, and the breeze is just going, and you knew it was their room because it was open. The window was open, second floor. Oh man, that was great ending to it. Great ending. The tears started for me when Frank was stating he wanted to die. Oh yeah. And Bill was looking at him. Then he turned around and was sobbing. Yeah, Frank made a pain noise and started to cry too. Yeah. But
I couldn't imagine. Honestly, I couldn't imagine having to go through that. I would just. I'll break down. Like, no, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Bill's a lot stronger than me. I'm like, nope, not happening. And that'll be too selfish, but I don't think I could have done it. We die when we die.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard seeing a loved one
suffer,
slowly deteriorate in front of your eyes, and you're just like, damn. And especially, no hospital, no
Advil.
Shitty, whatever shitty meds, that they probably got from Joel.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think about it. They probably got it from Joel.
Yeah. Because he said when they first met, he goes, "Oh, there's stuff out there." He goes, "There's supplies, blah blah blah, medicine." I'm like, "Oh, medicine. So somebody's gonna get sick. I thought it was gonna be Nick Offerman.
But he was also, I mean, he was giving them medicine for that's what he was selling to the guard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was getting painkillers, I think, wasn't there some shit?
Oh, he was getting them morphine, or no, it was Molly. He was getting a Molly.
Was it Molly? Nice.
Yeah. So
yeah. But oh man, great episode. Great episode. The last time I checked, I think this episode had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think I don't know to look at
anyone who is a critic to look at that episode and say something wrong with it. There's probably something wrong with you before you're saying something's wrong with that.
There's a way to look at individual episodes with it. But yeah, man, I think for the most part it's being well received. There are obviously people on the internet, stuff like that.
No, there's no rating.
Yeah, there's no rating. But yeah, but you have like a bunch of people in here, like, you know, somebody said like, you know, they prove that true love survives the apocalypse. Which is like, you know, that's an important thing you forget about. You know, you forget, you're like, yeah, surviving, but the whole part of this story is, what's the point of surviving when like you're gonna kill innocent people, you know, because they might be infected? Like you're saving humans, but you're taking all the humanity out of it. So it's like, what are you left with? You know, you're getting rid of the monsters, the zombie monsters, and replacing it with,
you can see that
other monsters.
The zombies killed some of us, or whatever, the fungus killed some of us, and we killed just as many. Yeah.
But yeah, man, this was definitely great episode. Great episode. Do you guys have a favorite quote from this episode? Oh shit, I think I just.
Yeah, this is one of the ones you talked about with Bill Frank.
Yeah, I just said it too.
He says, "I'm satisfied. I'm old. I lived a good life." And he was like, "That's horrible. I don't approve of this, but that's terribly romantic." Yeah, I think that was a good one.
That was a good one. But the one I liked was, I think, when he was trying to paint the fence. You know, he's like, "No, we don't." And then he goes, "Why do you want to do it?" He goes, "Because we want nice stuff." You know, and then it was like, "Yeah, you want to live. You want to have nice stuff when you're alive. You know." Like, if you just want to eat dirt and like live in the ground, like, that's not living. It's not being human.
It was something like, what about the he's talking about I left clothes out for you. He's like, "What clothes?" He's like, "Oh, thank you." And he was like, "Can I get like 5 more minutes of this? Because this is amazing. I need this." Like, that shower, it kind of really explained the whole shower thing. I thought that was hot water. Like, how smart it was that he knew exactly what, I'm gonna turn this one on. We're gonna have hot water going on forever. And I got this generator ready to go. I got all this stuff. Got enough gas. I thought that was creative, really good.
Yeah, it was good. Did you have a favorite quote, Knox, during it? But overall, man, this was, oh my god! And we're only 3 episodes in out of 10, and it's already just one of the greatest shows on TV.
Knox, that's a good one.
So mine was when Bill said, "I wasn't afraid before you showed up." Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah, that hit the heartstrings for sure.
Yep.
The whole strawberry scene. The strawberry scene was so. Nick Offerman making that little like the little giggle thing. I was like, and it's so like warm heart, because it's like, you haven't had a strawberry at that point. It would have been 10 years, I think. It was already in 9 or whatever it was. It was, so years of just not having a strawberry, and just like how happy something so trivial means in that kind of world.
I love the fact that he was like, "Which gun?"
Yeah, because of how he is, and then it all just went away as soon as he bit into the strawberry, So that was a cool little scene, because again, a person that knows how to survive, like you said it the best, man. That is one of the best things, like Bill knew how to survive, but Frank knew how to live, and they needed each other for that,
The quality of their life went up so much, and that was just it was such a great show. It felt like it was a movie. 70 minutes, and it was 70 minutes well spent. It really was.
It really was. Yeah. It was super great. And yeah, and I am a diehard Nick Offerman fan. I freaking love him. I'll watch all the stupid shit he's in. He did like some weird thing with on what was that NBC streaming thing. Forgot he did with the other chick from Peacock. He did it with what's her name from Parks and Rec, the main character. But they had like something going on. But yeah, he's a cool. And then seeing him like that, I was expecting him like, oh, he's gonna be cool in the show, which he was. But that man, this blew my mind. Also, when Frank assured Tess that they'll be working together, yeah, then Frank gives Bill the side eye and saying, "We will." that's married energy. Yeah,
you know that look too. Like, yes, we will. Mm-hmm. Put my head down. Like, yeah. What she said, yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah,
I know my place.
No,
and that's also when you come in and they're not even talking to you. They're talking to your wife about you. They're talking to your girl about like. So how is he? I'm right here.
Yeah, like,
I don't get to determine these discussions, huh? No, you don't matter.
Yeah,
and that's what Bill didn't matter. Frank was the entertainer. He was the one doing everything, and Bill was just like the guy. Whatever. You over
there. You're the guy at the door that lets people in. Like I'm the party guy. Yeah. Really good. Even them just eating outside, I thought was interesting. You know what I mean? Like just the way the world is, and then I'm sure like Frank is like, no, we're gonna eat outside.
Yeah, you're not walking in. No, you're not walking into my house. I'm pretty sure that's what Bill said. I don't trust him to be in my house.
That's a good compromise too. But just being a zombie show and we only saw 2 zombies, in it, was pretty and very, very kind of short. But yeah, man, it was great episode, man. 10 out of 10. I want to watch it again, for sure.
I'm pretty sure we will watch it again. So that's saying something because we don't do that.
Yeah.
I do it, but we don't. My wife's like, no, we're going to do it.
Yeah. It was so well done. But Knox, I'm assuming you obviously really enjoyed the episode as well. Anything else before we close it out?
No, I mean, I think it was well rounded. I'm glad we did this. I was so excited to talk about this. So this is great.
Yeah. But so we'll close it out there. If you're watching live, stick around, probably hang out for a couple more minutes before we close it. If you're watching our replay, we appreciate it. Thank you for watching our review of episode 3 of Last of Us. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. What's your favorite quote of it? What's your favorite moment? Or did you not like it? There's a lot of people out there that are not liking it for multiple reasons. Mm-hmm. So let us know. We get the chit chat. Everyone has their opinion, so we don't want to say yours is stupid and sucky. Unless
I like to hear your comments. I like to hear different people's comments because we all need our different viewpoints to really understand each other. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah. So, but we want to thank you. Hit that sub button. We're almost on our way. I would say almost. We're on our way to 1,000. So, hit that and you let. Excuse me, my mouth's so dry, talking too much. Hit it. And then when we go live, so you can join us when we are talking about all these fun topics.
Yes.
But that is it for us.
Our chat really drives the show, and we really love having people in chat. So that's why we want you to join us for the live shows. Thanks.
Yes. We do movies and we do TV, all the popular stuff. So we always have fun. But that is it from us. For myself, Tim Kramer, and Brian, appreciate you guys, but we will see you guys in the next video. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Hit it. I need to make a macro for that. Just hit a button.
Something that it be put on your stream deck that done.
Yeah. I don't know if you could, and that would be nice. I don't know if you can make a hotkey or something else. But oh man. So real quick, I know Louis Berry said hope to get Ahsoka in Bad Batch 2. That'd be cool.
That would be great, and it would save what we're doing right now. Because I think a lot of it, they need something to actually happen. Yeah, they really do. I mean, right now we're just running in place too much. and putting Ahsoka in there and tying it all in would be a good time. But
Yeah.
right now we still have another 14 episodes.
Yeah, I think 16 altogether.
So 16 altogether. So there are 4 or 5.
4 or 5, something like that. So
a lot more episodes. So if you do it too soon, might be a problem too.
Yeah. But I mean, I watch other people talk about that last episode, and it cut even deeper than I thought. I thought they were talking about like a different kind of character set, but they were talking about even more deeper stuff, like stuff that was in the video game that came out. And like, I was like, damn. I was like, you have to be like watching a bunch of stuff and playing Star Wars stuff to get like that reference and stuff like that. So I was like, it was maybe a little too much of a deep cut, Dave Filoni.
Mm-hmm.
Like you went after the hardcore fans.
Well, sometimes it's a payoff. I have no problem with that if you can pay off for hardcore fans. So they deserve it.
Yeah. But man, fun episode. Got to chit chat about a bunch of DC stuff. We always go on a long rant
at least one
about comics. Yeah, whether it be Star Wars, Marvel, or DC.
Can we do one trailer reaction though? Let's do one trailer.
Want to do one? Which one? Boogeyman.
I don't want to go past and not do Boogeyman. Come on, let's give me one.
All right. We'll do Boogeyman. I told you that it was a little scary, but I put up a chat. It's Murder Mystery. Murder Mystery is another one we're getting. Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah, I'm sure we
Boogeyman.
Thursday, but I definitely want to do Boogeyman before we leave out here.
I'm cool with that. Stephen King. Oh man. Like I said, I watched this in the basement, where I usually, all my setup here. I had the lights off and I was doing a few quick edits. And then I'm like, oh shit, what's this? Stephen King. In the dark. Scared the shit out of me.
I got all the lights on right now. I'm still like, man, that's a dark corner over there. I don't know, man. We're gonna keep this on stream. Just in case something happens to me, I get black. Just in case.
Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have closed captions. That's all right. All right. So we'll do a quick one.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer, and I am with Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to watch The Boogeyman, new Stephen King movie trailer. So, did you watch it yet?
Nope. I was too afraid to watch it. I'm still in the dark basement, but it is what it is. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know my move. If it gets too scary, I always look at that corner of the TV, like the corner of the screen. Pretend like I'm still looking at it.
After this trailer, you're gonna walk upstairs with that Infinity Gauntlet with the lights all on, like no flashlight. Because that's what I did. I watched it in a dark basement late at night. So it is.
All these lights are turning back on. All these lights are staying on. I'm gonna walk out this dark basement. It's not gonna be a dark basement. It's gonna be like all the lights on. I'll worry about it in the morning.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch this Stephen King. So let's see if he gives us something good. Can you hear it?
Okay, get in here. I don't know how you sleep with all these lights.
It's gonna be me tonight.
I don't see anything. Okay, monster check complete.
Run. Oh, hell no.
Yep. I'm out. I am.
Oh, hell no. Oh, here we go. Oh, you dumb as hell. Run, little girl, run!
Forever. Hidden. In the dark.
Yeah. Yep, sleeping with the flashlight tonight.
Three monsters you think are hiding under your bed. It's not real.
What is this? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
You believe me? Don't you?
Nope.
Mm.
See, you know, I don't have
June
to worry about that
2nd.
because you know what will happen if my little girl, they will be jumping under covers with me with flashlights, saying, "Daddy, go kill it."
Yeah. You're like, I ain't getting out of this bed.
I'm like, hey, it's time for all of us to go, baby. You saw it for real? You got a little scratch on your arm? Oh, it's time for us to all go.
Oh man,
I'll call the exorcist tomorrow. We'll find out what's happening, and then we'll call the realtor.
Yeah.
I'm out.
That oh man, dude, I got goosebumps out of that. Heck, I don't know if it's just me, but I thought that was so well done. You know,
I hope so, because Stephen King has great concepts, but it's hard to pull off his movies. So I'm hoping that they can actually pull this off.
Yeah.
What is this light
like
bulb? What?
It's like I seen them. It's like a moonlight. So it's like it looks like the moon, but it's like a little lamp thing, you know. And then just this like, ooh.
Nope.
Probably LED. LEDs don't have any heat.
Nope.
Oh, fuck off. Nope. It looks like hands in the mouth. Oh man, and then the eyes like that. Because so I have a cat, and that cat looks up in the same corner all the time, just randomly, and it scares the shit out of me. Because I was like, I'm like, stop looking in that corner. What's up there? And then in this trailer, like you have this.
Yep.
Because everyone sees
That
little
looks like
dots, random. Oh, but it looks like something like you would see in the house in a dark corner, because like your eyes play tricks on you, so you see these like dots. Oh man, like what? Like her seeing it, and it kind of like flashes, like, and it's gone. It's
I would just turn on spotlights everywhere. I would never like literally. I'm not that one for scary movies. No, scary stuff. Life is scary enough. So it's like this is too much.
It looks good. Yeah, this looks really good. This looks
I ain't
really
find
good.
Baba Yaga. I ain't find the Boogeyman. I ain't find the Eminem guy. I'm not doing none of those. I'm good. But I'll watch this anyway.
You know, just this scene gets me. This is the scene that gets me. You know, what's the door flying open, right? Which like I'm like, ooh, and then you see just the back end of it go under the bed, which you're like, and then she rolls the ball. I was like, oh, it's so well done. But like this scene where you see it, and then it turns dark, and then like you just see that.
Oh no!
Fuck, man.
You don't have a light switch, man.
I know every light stays on
all the time. You know, I'm telling you, I'm leaving this basement. Only thing that's going off is the computer. Is it? I'm walking upstairs with all the lights on. It's happening.
So I look at Rob Savage. He's directing this one. I don't remember. I guess he's won a couple like other awards. 2013 Screen International Star of Tomorrow, stuff like that. Dawn of the Deaf, 2016. It's a short, Strings. He was a director in 2012. I can't recall anything he's really done, which sucks.
Dashcam.
I don't even remember Dashcam. You know, but this looks like one that might, you know, especially being a Stephen King movie. Like
well, it's hard to adapt those to
sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery is pretty good. It's scary. The OG one.
The original. It's hard to remake those because it's great storylines, but it's not always great CGI and I don't know.
Well, also it's been done before. You know, like it. Same thing. I think the original It was scarier than the remake It. The remake It was cool. I think we got a different kind of clown. You know, but what's his name? Curry. I can't think of his name. As Pennywise in that first one was epic. It's hard to remake Stephen King movies. Sometimes he's definitely hit or miss sometimes. But this one looks good.
It looks scary, and I'm going to definitely give it a chance. Give it an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. So the screenplay is by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who did A Quiet Place. Mark Heyman that did Black Swan. Black Swan's great. It's not really scary.
No, that's just a great movie. Black Swan.
Yeah. So based upon the short story by Stephen King. And then some really great actors and actresses. So, you know, and then directed by Rob Savage. You know, but the Quiet Place stuff is.
The Quiet Place is really freaky out, man. That freaks me out all the time.
Yeah.
Because I would have died immediately because my kids don't know how to be quiet for nothing. They're fighting monsters every day. Damn it. Here we go again.
Yeah. But, oh, man, it looks so good. It looks so good. It came out of nowhere. The trailer just dropped, like, I think, yesterday? And it came out of nowhere. So 29th. Yeah, yesterday. Dropped yesterday.
Yep. So I think actually I heard this was dropping because I was watching Picard season 3 trailer, and that's why I heard this was coming out. So
for this one, yeah. So good. Looks scary. I like it.
I'm all for it. So yeah, tell us what you guys think. I mean, how bone chilling it is. Are you going to sleep with the lights on now? What's going on? I mean, like me, that's what I'm doing. Sleep with the lights on. This is what it is.
You that video where the guy turns off the lights and runs upstairs really quick.
No, once again, you said turn off the lights. I'm not even taking the chance. Lights are staying on. I'm paying the extra $15 today, guys. That's what's happening.
Oh man, but cool. But like Brian said, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this one. If you're watching on replay, we appreciate it. And then if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna end the show in a little bit. But if you're watching on replay, hit that sub button and let us know what you thought about this one. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It means so much to us. It really does. So we appreciate it.
1,000. You know, if you get just every person that subscribes helps, and we appreciate you so much. But we get to that 1,000 mark. This is when the fun really begins. You can start doing communities and all that other stuff, and that's kind of what I really want to be able to do.
Yeah. Start giving stuff back to our like loyal viewers that we appreciate, stuff like that. But but that is it from us. Thank you for checking us out, and we will see you in the next trailer reaction.
Thanks,
later.
Guys.
All right, but I'm ready to call it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm done,
man. Fuck. Watch that one again, man. I legit the hairs on my legs stood up.
I have a dark part of the basement right over here. I'm like, damn it.
Like, what can I throw in the corner?
I'm seeing. I see this little chase stuffed animal. I'm like, man.
Oh man.
That's
the one in the corner, man, always gets me because there was one day the cat always looks in there, and it's by our bedroom too, which sucks. And he always looks in that corner. And then one day the cat was looking in the corner and the dog was looking in the corner. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, y'all need to stop. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
Yep. Like if the baby if I get the baby looking in that corner like randomly, I mean we're moving.
Just leave. Look, call me. I'll get the U-Haul. I will get you out. But you have to bring all the furniture outside, and I'll carry them to the truck. That's the only way. That's
I don't fuck the furniture. Furniture's staying.
Oh man.
I'm getting a new couch anyway, so that the couch can stay. Yeah. So, man, but good stuff, man. Good video, good live show today. Appreciate everyone coming in.
Yeah, you guys. All the comments were great today, so it really drives the conversation. So I enjoy that so much.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lewis Berry, thank you. You've been in here for the past couple of weeks. We appreciate that. Knox as well, hanging out with us for The Last of Us. Usually people head out towards our last topic, so you stuck with us. We appreciate that. But Andy was here for a while. Tony, appreciate it. House of Nerd. Again, go check out House of Nerd. They are a fun group. L and Sergio talk about comics and just like comic book art too. They had a great conversation with comic book artists on Sunday. That was really, really, really good. It's talking about AI and NFTs and all that crazy stuff going on.
You don't know what's going on with all that stuff. Yeah,
definitely go check them out. Yeah, and then Perp Minded. We're gonna be doing something with Perp Minded pretty soon. We're gonna if anybody watching a little look into the future, we are going to be doing in February's. Well, technically tomorrow. It's 12:01 now. Yeah. Tomorrow, so we're gonna do another year of our Black Excellence in Cinema. We're gonna have some special guests. And it's cool, and we're gonna have some old movies and new movies. So it's gonna be super fun to talk about. And on Fridays, we're gonna have an extra show leading up to the Oscars on Fridays, talking about the Best Picture nominations. So we're gonna start this upcoming Friday. I think we're doing Tar and Women Talking. And then Perp Mind is going to join us for one of them, and we're going to get a couple other people throughout the month leading to the Oscars. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Very cool. Yeah. So February is going to be a pretty big month for us. But Derpy, appreciate you. Xavier coming back in chat, all that stuff. Yeah, Andy. But cool, man. Ready to call it a night?
I'm done.
3 hours later. Chillmonger's like, oh man, because he had a lot of donations on Saturday, and he was like, oh man, maybe I should do like more 3-hour shows. I was like,
that's all we do.
Gotta get those numbers up, man. That's normal for us. All right,
well, you gotta talk to Darius about playing Fanatics. He's probably on right now, still live.
No, I don't think he was live today.
Oh, hey, that's when he doesn't go live. That means the next show's gonna be 7 hours long.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, but cool. But we'll see you guys on Thursday and on Friday this week over here at Spoiler Kings. And then if you're into sports stuff, make sure you go check us out in our other channels, Nerd Huddle and Dynasty Pylon. Links in the description. You get to talk some football and be goofy over there. And
you realize a lot of fun. I'm literally on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why Friday, you just see me every other Friday.
Even if that, like, I'm gonna make you take a break. So,
only because my wife might kill me. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. And after you, she's gonna come after me for making. He's like, you started this.
You did this. Oh,
so,
man.
But all right. But let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.